What's happening, people? Welcome to Chatman FPL Game Week 25 live. It is Saturday, June the 27th, but really, in this world, it's 2002. As I said at the top of the chat, guys, I've managed to avoid team news again, so I'm now going to be hiding my OBS system, making my head look rather too large, and taking you through the team news. Cheers, good luck, everybody. Massive shout out to FPL Tactician, Simple Goal FPL, James Alapran, Ragtime _ Willie, Lordy Leroy, Motley Barnett's FPL _ Panda, Tala _ Nadeem _ 90 at FPL _ FOMO, at CM Scout FPL, you fucking Barnsley prick, and at FF Scout _ Luke, plus my man, FPL Captain, who's always on the money with the graphics. Cheers. I do love these, which means this one might get messy in a fucking hurry. Mind you, I need a bit cooler today. My goodness. This is only the 16th bit of content I've recorded in the last 6 days. It's the last one. But I'm still here. Let's do this. Good luck, everyone. While I'm getting it up, I should probably clarify what I did with my team. I'm a bit annoyed with myself not talking about the potential fuck up of game weeks 26 and 27 on the last stream, which I think watching Liverpool Palace, it kind of fucking went by me. And I had mentioned it a few weeks ago that it was potentially going to be absolutely carnage. And I can genuinely sit here right now and say to you, I have no idea what I'm doing. No idea. Well, I know my transfers for this week. But what I'm doing in 26 and 27, not a clue. Those of you with a free hit still, you are absolutely blessed because it is the easiest way around it. And that's what I warned. I wonder how many of you have wildcarded now. Free hitted next game week and bench boost in 27. I think that's where I'd have been aiming. But the only thing with the doubles in 27, they're not that appealing. I know Derby's got a treble, Evans got a double, Charlton's got a double, Newcastle's got a double. Yeah, imagine filling them with bench boost doublers and then you haven't got a wild card to get back off it. So how people play it's going to be really, really interesting. I've made 2 free transfers this game week. Ruud van Nistelrooy gone, had to be at the value. Going to miss, obviously, we know at least the next 3 game weeks. Probably will be back for game week 28. And I've sold Mark Viduka as well, which might seem a strange one when obviously he's back available in game week 26. We know he doubles in game week 27. But for me, it's just a case of in this game, when opportunities come up, you need to try it and take chances and get the right forwards in for a given game week. I've picked one who I suspect might not be playing. I've brought in Kevin Phillips, who is my captain. And I've also, I'd said I wouldn't do this, but I've brought in Idager Johnson as well for this little run of Chelsea's 2 home games, which, do you know what, if he's playing regularly and Hasselbank continues to get such limited minutes, I'm not actually that against holding on to, so I'll give it some thought. So I am lining up this week with, I've got a lot of home players actually. I mean, this week in paper doesn't look too bad. By the way, just to say, I did debate doing nothing, leaving Shearer up front on his own and captaining Ian Hart. But I just didn't think it was his geezer either get a fucking hat-trick or be left out. You lot probably already know. Anyway, I won't mess about any more time. So I'm David Seaman in goal. Back 4 of Ashley Cole, Richard Rufus, Ian Hart, Sammy Hippier. Midfield 3, I've picked Klaus Jensen this week, home to Ipswich. Biscan and Gerrard. Front 3 is Shearer, Johnson, Phillips captain. Sub-keeper is Crossley. I've got Hariderson and Kieran Dyer available on the bench. Just don't see Newcastle getting anything at Arsenal. My other remaining player is Stephen McPhail, whose injury was a massive blow in terms of timing. But it's another one, a little bit like Van Nistelrooy. I mean, for different reasons, but he was becoming so well owned. It was almost impossible not to have. And therefore, it almost became a little bit pointless because unlike at least with Van Nistelrooy, it's not like you're going to stick the armband on that fella. So it was almost becoming like a 10-man game. So from that perspective, I don't mind that he's got injured, actually. Right, let's get into this team news, see what's going on. I presume, therefore, we'll start with Arsenal and Newcastle, who play at Highbury. Let's see what we've got. Yes, I obviously debated Thierry Henry extremely strongly, by the way. Henry does plays up front with Jeffers. Obviously, Kanu's gone off to the African nations. There's a rare start for Robert Perez on the left of midfield. No Andre Tikhonov in the Arsenal starting line. He is on the bench. Obviously, Lauren has gone to the African nations, which means Oleg Luzny plays at right back again. Just be aware he has got a 1-game ban coming up. I'll be honest, I'm not too sure what he's suspended for. If one of the experts is in the chat at the moment, can you pop in if you know? So Arsenal lineup: David Seaman in goal, back four of Luzny, Campbell. Fucking hell, I said that prick's name. He's inconsequential, isn't he? Let's be honest. He's like Rob Pick digging me out about Barnsley. I mean, it just doesn't matter. Tony Adams, Ashley Cole, midfield four, Ray Parler, Albertini, Van Bronckhorst, Pires, Jeffers, Omri up front. On the bench, Richard Wright, Tikhonov, Upson, Bergkamp, and Keown. Their opponents, Newcastle today. Do not start with Laurent Robert or Norberto Solano, in spite of being very close to fitness. This is potentially good news, by the way. And neither a substitute either. I say good news, I'm thinking for the long term for these two who are potentially good assets. They are given in goal. Back four is Barton, Marcelino. O'Brien is in for the suspended Chettle, not Dabizas, though Dabizas is on the bench. Robbie Elliott is at left back. Olivia Bernard plays left midfield. Kieran Dyer on the right. Mercedes and Sapuntzis central midfield. Bernard and Dyer given license to go forward. Craig Bellamy partners Alan Shearer up front. On the bench with Dabizas, it's Stephen Cordwell, Shula Amiyubi, Wayne Quinn, and subkeeper Jimmy Walker. Blackburn Rovers host Manchester United today, and surely today is the Dwight York day. It's got to be. It's literally got to be. I genuinely considered nearly buying him. Now, this is interesting. Blackburn have, and I bet Luke knew this would happen. Sorry if Luke's done videos and sims, I've just not had the chance this week. But Blackburn go with the defensive formation we commonly see in away games. They're playing it at home. It's free to win goal. I believe this is the last week of Alan Kelly's suspension. Back four is Curtis at right back, Wetherill, Berg, essentially Graham Lasso left back. Three holding midfield players are McIntyre, 2-guy, and Mark Hughes. 2-guy can step out from that position. Damien Duft, left midfield. Craig Hignett is back in on the right of midfield. The new signing, whose name I've already fucking forgotten, is not in the 16. And it's Marcus Bent who's got the nod up front. On the bench for Blackburn, Alan Miller, Martin Taylor, Stigginger Bjornby, Marlon Brooms, and Corrado Grabby. No Matt Jansen to be seen. He may well be injured and I may well have missed it. Dwight York starts up front for Manchester United with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Interestingly, Paul Scholes is not in the Manchester United starting lineup. The goalkeeper that's been selected is Paul Rakuba, who is probably the best of what they were left with Lille injured, Barthez injured. The back four in front of Rakuba is Gary Neville, Blanc, Ronnie Johnson, Mikel Silvestre. Midfield four, Beckham, Keane, Veron, Giggs, Solskjaer and York up front. I believe Veron's suspension perhaps starts in game week 26. Again, I'm sure someone will correct me in the chat. On the bench for United, Paul Scholes is a sub with Phil Neville, Danny Webber, Luke Chadwick and subkeeper James Jousey. To Charlton, where I start with Rufus and Jensen today, and they are both in the Charlton lineup, which is very much what you'd expect. It's Kylie in goal. Back four of Young, Rufus, Fish, Powell. Fish, I think this is his last game before he goes to the African nations. So it might be a little spell. Danny Shitu maybe, 4.0 for that double game week. Midfield four, Kinsella, Jensen, McAllister, Wilcox and Kinsella allowed to attack from wide. Yule and Bartlett up front. Bartlett also going to the African nations, I believe. On the bench for Charlton, Ben Roberts, John Robinson, Jonathan Johansson, Andy Reid and Graham Stewart. Their opponents are Ipswich Town. And it's a flat back five for the Tractor Boys. Sereni in goal. Maurizio Tirico does not start. He's not in the Ipswich 16. I think he was around about 71 or 72% fitness. Jermaine Wright plays again at right back. Thomas Gardso, Titus Bramwell, Herman Haridsson are the three centre-halves. Jamie Clapham does return at left back. Those two full-backs, Clapham and Wright, are encouraged to push forward into the midfield areas. And two wide centre-halves, Haridsson and Gardso, requested to go into the full-back positions in position. Matt Holland has an extremely defensive arrow. You know what this means? Essentially, he needs to drop into the centre-half position. This could go wrong. Jason Kumas is his partner in central midfield. He has an attacking arrow. In front of him, Sixto Peralta plays in the attacking midfield position where he has to drop in deeper. Marcus Stewart and Pablo play together up front. On the bench, James Pullen, Amir Karic, Jim Magilton, Ashley Nichols and John McGrill. Now to Pride Park, where Derby County host Aston Villa. And we've all got our eyes on Derby, haven't we? With this potential treble, I say potential, it's happening, isn't it? Treble game week of game week 25. I mean, what the fuck has Chris FPL captain done with the graphics there? He's had a good go, hasn't he? What a nightmare. They are, as you would expect them formation-wise, the line-up. It's a 3-5-2 with split forwards for Derby. Mark Poom, he's got to be top of the list, isn't he? He's in goal. Back three is Elliott, Carbonari and Lescott. Carbonari allowed to step out from the back three. Daryl Powell plays left wing back. That means that Seth Johnson goes back to right wing back. Left footer playing right wing back. That's in the continued absence of Stefano Iranio, and Daniele Diagno is also now injured. Midfield three is Craig Burley, Simo Valakari and Adam Murray. Ravanelli and Malcolm Christie players split forwards up front. On the bench, Andy Oakes, Paul Buertin, Con Balatis, Chris Rigger, Danny Higginbottom. For Villa, it's a 4-4-2. Juan Pablo Angel is in the lineup. There's a start for David Ginola on the left of midfield. Villa the usual 4-4-2. Schmeichel in goal. Olof Mellberg plays right back. Wait for this. Centre half is Alpay and Dion Dublin, who played there a lot in the early stages of his career. Certainly had periods there at Coventry, at Villa, I think even at Cambridge before he was at Manchester United. Played in that position on quite a few occasions. So Dion Dublin plays at centre half. Gareth Barry is left back. The midfield four is Stone, Boateng, Taylor, Ginola. Front two is Angel and Balaban. On the bench, Enkelman, Stephen Carr, Mark Delaney, Alan Wright and Hassan Kashlaw. Well, I missed out Chelsea, didn't I? Which is quite important for me to fucking know, really, if Ida Johnson starts or not. And he does. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank remains nowhere to be seen. William Gallas plays at left back. Chelsea look like they've been taken over by fucking Mourinho today. Mario Melchior plays centre half. It's a 4-4-2 for Chelsea. Benito Carbone is not amongst the Chelsea squad. Did he have a knock or an injury? He's not in the squad. I saw a few people talking about him, I'm sure. Carlo Cudicini in goal. It's Albert Ferrer at right back. Desai, Melchior, Gallas complete the back four. Mario Stanic plays right midfield. Buda van Zenden left midfield. They're encouraged to really push on into the attacking areas. Jody Morris partners Frank Lampard in the absence of Emmanuel Petit. Front two remains Gianfranco Zola and Ida Johnson. On the bench for Chelsea, Mark Bosnich, Joel Kita... fucking zoom in on that. Joel Kitam... Yeah, him. Kitamiriki. I hope you don't fucking come on anyway. Paul Thornton, Jesper Gronkia, Joe Keane. And remember, Chelsea have a 2-day turnaround from this game week to their game week 26 fixture against Leicester. They host Southampton today, and we knew of this team yesterday. Think Ipswich away from home in bigger games. This is the kind of lineup here. It's a 5-3-2. But will it make them any more stable? Nobody knows. It's Paul Jones in goal. The back five from right to left is Dodd, Delap, Lundikvan, Barnali and Bridge. Mark Draper plays in central midfield on his own. Gavin Ray plays left midfield. Dan Petrescu is right midfield. Marian Pahars and Anders Svensson the Troll play as defensive forwards on the bench for Saints. Neil Moss, Richard Jones, Gary Monk, Joe Tessam and the unsettled James Beattie. So we'll go to Ellen Road then, where Leeds play Bolton Wanderers. There is no Ian Hart. I just had to take a double check that he wasn't at right back. There is no Ian Hart in the Leeds United 16. I'm not hugely surprised, but I was considering captaining him. I bet I wasn't alone in those thoughts, so that's probably quite a bit of a blow for people. Alan Smith starts up front with Simon Johnson. Leeds very much depleted by injuries, so they are Martin in goal. It's Maybury at right back, no Gary Kelly either. Radaby and Ferdinand at centre half, Dominic Matteo at left back. The two fullbacks can push on. It's Eric Backer right midfield. David Batty and the returning Olivier Decourt in central midfield. Wide on the left is Jacob Burns. It's Smith and Johnson up front. On the bench, Paul Robinson, Harpal Singh, Michael Dewberry, Jonathan Woodgate, and Wesley Boyle. No, me neither. Bolton don't change. You know what you get from them every week, even if the personnel may occasionally change. Ricardo Gardner plays again for Bolton at left wing back. It's the usual system. Per Franson plays in the 10 position for this particular game. Means Henrik Pedersen plays right up front with Rod Wallace. Bolton are 3-4-1-2. Jaskalainen in goal. Back three of Ngotti, Hendry, Cooper. Nicky Southern, Ricardo Gardner plays the wing backs. Attacking arrows, but quite small ones. Madison and Rob Lee central midfield. Franson in the 10 position. Pedersen and Wallace up front. On the bench, Banks, Warhurst, Ricketts, Bo Hansen and Jibril Diawara. With 7 minutes to kick off. I think we're doing okay for time. Leicester host Middlesbrough at Filbert Street under new manager Billy Davis following the sacking of Peter Taylor. But the formation is unchanged. It's 4-4-1-1 for Leicester. Ian Walker is in goal. The back four is Frank Sinclair, Matt Heath, Gary Rowett. Jerry Taggart plays left back. Robbie Savage right midfield. Izzet and Delaney central midfield. Jordan Stewart left midfield. Izzet can attack from central areas where James Scowcroft could then get up and support Dean Sturridge in attack. On the bench for Leicester, Tim Flowers, Callum Davison, Andy Impey, Matt Jones, Trevor Benjamin. Matt Elliott might be another one who was injured and I've missed it. Be very honest, I had not noticed if he was. Middlesbrough have obviously sold Ugo Egiog this week. Some debate in terms of would Festa go back to centre-half? What would be the impact across the team? Well, Festa is at centre-half. It means Dean Gordon is at left-back. And it means Alan Johnson is at left midfield. I would suggest Luke called that absolutely spot on the stream on Wednesday. It's Crossley in goal. Back four, Stockdale, Festa, Southgate, Gordon. Greening plays right midfield. Paul Ince, who's been amongst the goals quite a bit recently, and Dean Windass plays central midfield. Johnson on the left. Johnston and Greening do have licence to attack. Boxic and Rickard up front. On the bench, Bradley Jones, Noel Whelan, Ian Pearce, Arturo Bernhardt, and Siddharth Nemeth. To Anfield, where Liverpool host Tottenham today. Igor Biscan plays right midfield. Jamie Redknapp starts in central midfield with Steven Gerrard. Berger on the left. The headline news there is a start for Michael Owen. For the first time this season, partners Emil Heskey up front. There's also a place in this team for Alan Navarro at right back. It's Dudek in goal. Navarro, Hippier, Henshaw, Carragher and Navarro, the two fullbacks allowed to attack. Biscan, Redknapp, Gerrard, Berger in midfield four, and Owen and Heskey up front on the bench. Chris Kirkland, Stephen Wright, Danny Murphy, Vladimir Smica, Yari Litmanen. We shouldn't be surprised because obviously Owen was up to 100% fitness. They host the entertainers today, Tottenham Hotspur. And it is 3-4-1-2. Selakovic in the attacking midfield position. Teddy Sheringham plays right up front with Stefan Everson today. Darren Anderton returns to the right wing-back position. Keller in goal, King, Bunjevchevich, Perry in the three centre-half positions. Ziga and Anderton at wing-back. Richard Johnson, Simon Davis, central midfield. Selakovic at AMC. Everson and Sheringham up front. On the bench, Tota, the great Andy Rushbury. Tim Sherwood, Chris Armstrong and Ben Thatcher. To the Stadium of Light, where Sunderland host Fulham today. It's 4-4-2 for Sunderland. Phillips and Sibon both start up front. Neil Sullivan is back in goal. There's also a place at centre-half for Jody Craddock. They are Sullivan in goal. Back four, right to left is Mills, Issa, Craddock, McCartney. Gary Till, right midfield. There's a rare start for Kevin Kilban on the left of midfield. Where is Julio Arca? Is that another one I've missed? Medina and McCann central midfield. Phillips and Sibon up front. On the bench, Sorensen, Mayo, Varga, Reddy and Deslandes. For Fulham, Beaumorte, I think, is suspended. Am I right in saying? He's not in this Fulham team anyway. No Edwin van der Sar through suspension, so Steve Crowdson starts in goal. Might be one to really keep an eye on. He starts instead of Marcus Hanneman. The back four is Corrigan, Gomar, Wadu, Harley. Midfield four is Goldbeck, Malbronk, Collins, Stolzers. Three of those midfield four, except Collins, have attacking arrows. Marley and Sahara up front. Marcus Hanneman is on the bench for Fulham with Sylvan Legwinski, Barry Howes, Elvis Hammond, and Andy Melville. And finally, to Upton Park, where West Ham season is very much in the dark. They host Everton today. It's the usual 4-4-2 for West Ham. David James in goal. Don't go Breckin my heart. Ian Breckin is in at right back. There is a start at centre half for Izzy Irekpen. Hayden Fox partners him. And there's a start at left back for Ragnvald Sommer. Midfield four is Sinclair. A start for Steve Lomas. Joe Cole does play. Laurent Courtois left midfield. Courtois and Sinclair have very high attacking arrows. Di Canio and Kanouté up front. On the bench, Shaka Hislop, Jermaine Defoe, Paul Kitson, Alistair Asher and Christian Daly. And finally, Everton lineup, as we've seen a few times, with David Unsworth in a holding midfield position in a defensive 3-5-2, essentially. No attacking or defensive arrows amongst his team. Paul Gerrard is back in goal for the haphazard Steve Simonson. There was a rare start in the back three for Peter Clark. He partners Alan Stubbs and Abel Xavier at centre half, with David Weir absent. Unsworth plays holding midfield. Gary Naismith and Stephen Watson are the wing backs. Paul Gascoigne, who's been playing well lately, partners Thomas Gravison central midfield. Kevin Campbell, Thomas Rosicki up front. On the bench, Simonson, Stephen Schumacher, Joe Max Moore, Sean O'Hanlon, and Nicholas Alexanderson. And with a minute to kick off, that completes your team lineups. Don't think I missed anyone out, did I? No, done it all. Right, safe. Good luck, everybody. The teams are starting to emerge from the grounds. How will Manchester United fare in the first enforced absence of Ruud van Nistelrooy this season? We're about to find out that and much, much more. Strap yourselves in. Good luck, everyone. Now, while we're waiting for the first goal to go in, which I anticipate will probably take about 2 minutes, statistics in from FPL Captain. And these are going to be more interesting than they normally are, I think. Oh, they're not in. He says stats coming shortly. All right, mate. Put me on fucking hold there, you bastard. Thanks, Chris. Chris has been doing some great work helping me while I've been stressing over some things the last few days. I'd like to publicly thank you, mate. You're a superstar. Oh, shit, I've lost the tweet deck, which means no one's going to hear about fucking goals. Don't worry, fixed it. Whistles have gone around the grounds and we are underway with game week 25. Where will the first action come? Good luck, everyone. So I now have Hariderson back in my team today in place of Ian Hart. Let's be honest, could have been worse, right? FPL Panda, 10 players. Sounds like I'm in a good place for that. Oh, I've got 11. Anyone got less than 9? Adam Sands saying 9 players on a -12. That's what I get for taking a few punts and looking too far ahead. Wish it had the cojones to captain Johnson, you know. FPL Paint, exactly 11 for me. Gomer off the bench. First update of the day is in. It's from Ellen Road. Almost a flying start here. And Alan Mabry Cross is inexplicably met by centre-back Rio Ferdinand. He looks destined for the corner. First indigestion of the day. But Jaskalainen makes a fantastic save. Low to his left. Remains goalless at Ellen Road. Listen, those likes I've just seen on this video, that's not real, is it? I know that's not real, is it, guys? Hello, FPL numbers. Neil Murray, Captain Carbone. Yes, Carbone must have been fit. Oh, wow. Who's your vice, Neil? Daryl, tune into one of these live after many weeks. Let's go. Enjoy it, Daryl. Enjoy it. While I do the stream on Wednesday night, I'll have coverage of West Ham and Chelsea while I'm doing it. And I'm sure there's 2 3 o'clock games next Saturday. Man United and Bournemouth and someone else, I think. So I'm going to be sitting here with both games in front of me and doing game week 27 for you. So next Sunday could be a particular blast, considering it's the double game week as well. So that one's going to be a lot of fun. I just wanted to check what the I've got way too many apps. You know that, James. Get rid of some fucking apps, man. When it becomes this difficult just to find the fucking internet, you've got too many apps. I genuinely can't find the internet on my phone. What the fuck? There we go. Bloody hell, what a state. No goals yet. Nearly 3 minutes gone. What's happening? Normally I'm getting interrupted and shit. It's 3 o'clock next Saturday is Leicester, Palace and Man United, Bournemouth. Yeah, cool. First goal of the day is in. It's at Anfield. Very, very rare goal goes in against Spurs, and I might be a little bit. Goal scorer for Liverpool is Igor Biscan. Assist for Sami Hyypiä. Liverpool 1, Tottenham 0. Biscan, the goal scorer. Assist is for Sami Hyypiä. End the fucking game week. I'm winning. My game week rank is number 1. Hold that right now. Heno84, our captain Hart got York as vice captain. Today will be the day. We wish you luck, mate. Aritravo, Alan Smith captain. Yeah, really don't mind that at all. The problem is, he probably ain't going to play next week, is he? But it depends very much on your strategy. I know quite a lot of people be free hitting next week and whatnot. I just felt with my -4, you got to try and take advantage of these attacking team. I'm looking at the team with just Shearer up front, away to Arsenal, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to get battered this game week if I leave it. But he hadn't been counting on attacking returns from Sami Hyypiä and Igor Biscan. Well, fantastic play by Biscan. Hyypiä finds him with a header and Biscan bursts past Selakovic with ease, drives to the edge of the area and curls it into the corner past Keller. A great start for the improving Reds. FPL Panda says, busy! Neil Murray's now got Phillips captain. Good man. FPL Cobbler got rid of both Biscan and Hyypiä on wildcard. Yeah, but Danny, if you win in the playoff final on Monday night, you won't give a shit, will you? Very best of luck to you and Northampton, mate. Cobblers. Scala says Biscan low, getting him in for Hart. Avitravo, listen, you've already won the title this week. And by the way, yes, congratulations to the Liverpool fans viewing. But I've been saying that a lot this week. As Luke points out, Selakovic defending again. I mean, what do we expect? But he's playing at AMC, Luke, so it's not like he's got done over in the centre midfield position. FPL Panda rolling the dice on Owen this week, hoping he can kick off his season. He's kicked it off, that's for sure. Bradley Parker, our captain Raul, so my fault. Yeah, my FPL captain's blanked as well. I blame Rockstar. We should have trusted the false information. These dickheads with their team leaks trying to be fucking heroes. Listen, the only person I trust is Rockstar. I don't listen to nobody else. Jimenez was the safe play. He's been the most captained in the top 10K. So it's not going to be hugely damaging. I said on yesterday's podcast, this FPL game week, not the champ man, but the official FPL, is going to be a shit show and low scoring. And the early kickoff suggests, with Wolves winning 1-0 and then Donker scoring, that may be the case. Update from Highbury. Really cagey start from both sides here, which has become quite standard for Arsenal. The early news to report here, Alan Shearer has picked up a yellow card. Oh, we all need that double game week suspension, don't we? Mind you, I'm pretty sure, in fact, yes, were he to get red carded or anybody else for today, for that matter, they would be not suspended until game week 28. I think the only caveat to that's for Everton and Derby, because Derby's triple game is quite late in the game week. So a red card for an Everton or Derby player today would mean Everton player would miss the second part of the double game week and a Derby player would miss the third part. That's my understanding. I'm sure one of the experts will correct me if I've got that wrong. Another hops. I'm not even playing, chat, man, but I'm here. Do you know what, mate? It's not too late. Just join in for the crack, mate. Mark Dorney, 10 players, no Hart or Terry. I bought him for a -4. Welcome to Champ Man FPL Carnage. Bradley, I did call Dendonka coming in, James. You did. Yeah, well done. Don't be a fucking hero, mate. I don't want correspondence to walk around going, I said. I mean, if you want to put it in the Slack channel, like you said about Doherty, 100,000% will play, then yeah, we'll have that. But yes, you called it. I suppose you brought him into your FPL team as well, didn't you? Anyway, the good news is I think Adama's has a rest this time next week. He'll be right up for tearing Arsenal apart. James Nelson, Shearer seeing red. Aritrava, Shearer red incoming. Yeah, you'll know it, don't you? Scala, playing Davis over Seller will be cleaning up the headers in midfield all game. FPL fell. Captain Shearer for me had a mare and missed the deadline. Lost track of the days. Fuck's sake. It's Saturday. Bradley Parker. Johnny sent McGinn for a spin. Yeah, but wasn't it a Jimenez assist? That's what the BT commentator said, wasn't it? That Jimenez's 7th assist of the season. What? How many times did Johnny touch the ball? The fuck, man? If you're going to commentate on a professional football match, at least understand what the term assist means. Anurag took a punt on Makoko for the triple game week. No clue how that will go. Anurag is not for a little while yet, mate. Sean Murphy had Hart as captain and Shearer as vice. Red card incoming. Oh, yeah. There'll be loads who got Shearer. Yeah. Shearer definitely play. He's a good play for vice. I'm going to admit, I thought that myself. And I stuck the vice on Good Johnson, actually. I figured it didn't matter. Kevin Phillips would almost certainly play. Talon Nadeem, sorry for the delay in the stats today. Just got them over to captain now. Thank you very much for the hard work, Talon. That's okay, mate. We'd rather it's all okay and right rather than I read the stats out and it says Van Nistelrooy ownership 95%. That'd be a bit weird. Look at Neil Murray, right? Bradley, one of my favourite correspondents of yours. Great content and great lineup predictions. Look at that. Shout out Bradley Parker, my Wolves guy. He does know his onions. I'm only joking, Bradley. Gary Shepherd, Brad, that was quality. He's one of the most underrated players in the league. What, Johnny, then Donker, or just Bradley, full stop? Aritrara, Jimenez assisted the assist, deserves a point. I mean, we should scrap assists. We should scrap bonus points. Just you know what? Just fucking scrap FPL. But Coco FPL says, imagine if you just tuned in with Jimenez captain. Well, that would be a bit weird, really, wouldn't it? FPL captain saying stats are out. Okay, let's have a look. FPL Ronar 9. How was Asmir? Did you ask him about the Spurs story? So, let's tell you what. I'll do the ownership stuff. Remind me to come back to Begovic. It was a pleasure. Really nice guy. Let's see. What do we got? Captaincy. Goal at Highbury. And it's not for the most captain player this game week. Giovanni Van Bronckhorst has scored. And the assist does not go to the most captain player this week. It goes to Robert Perez back in the Arsenal team. Arsenal won, Newcastle 0. Van Bronckhorst the goal scorer. Robert Perez with the assist. Thierry Henry has been captained by 30% of you. The only other player captained by more than 10% is Kevin Phillips, 14%. Mark Viduka has 10% of either dead teams or people want to wind up. He has 10%. Same with Van Nistelrooy. Ian Hart, 7.78% captains. Goal at Ewood Park for Manchester United. And finally, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is back in the team and has scored for Manchester United. The assist goes to Roy Keane. Solskjaer the scorer. Roy Keane the assist. I'm really sorry, Dwight, your goodness. Solskjaer with the goal. Roy Keane with the assist. It doesn't mean it won't come. Blackburn 0, Manchester United 1. Good Johnson's captaincy 6.33%. Alan Shearer only 3.62%. Obviously, people massively put off by the fixture. 3% gone straight into Michael Owen as captain. 2.5% are on Veron. 1.5% on Alan Smith. 1.27% captain Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, who I think possibly haven't looked at a Chelsea team over the last 4 or 5 game weeks. And 0.9% of you have captained Dwight York. Goal at Filbert Street for Leicester City. Dean Sturridge is the goal scorer. Assist goes to Jordan Stewart. Leicester 1, Middlesbrough 0. Dean Sturridge the scorer. Jordan Stewart with the assist. Yeah, I know I'm a fucking troll. Do you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm so tired today. I'm going to pre-warn you now. There's probably going to be maximum amount of trollings of this stream. If you can't handle it, fuck off. I don't care. Right. I do love you all though. Give the video a fucking like if you're having fun anyway. Right. Ownership. This could be interesting as well. Most owned Ian Hart, 70%. Viduka, Hridason, Salakovic, Shearer, Henri, all above 50% ownership. And literally ever so slightly under, Johnston, David Seaman, Gianluca Festa, all on 49% ownership. McPhail's down to 35%. You can find Wilcox, Stolzers, Ashley Cole, Dean Kiley, all around about at that level. Stephen Gerrard, 29%. Biscan, 27%. Blanc, 24%. Kevin Phillips only owned by 21%. Could be big this game week with the captaincy numbers he's got as well. Titus Brand with 20%, just under 20%. Peter Schmeichel, Lewis Bowen, Dean Gordon. There's goals for me to keep you up to date on. On the Solskjaer goal at Ewood Park, Solskjaer was denied brilliantly by Friedley. Fuck's sake, Rob Pig. It's Friedel a moment ago. But from the resulting corner, Roy Keane nods the ball down to Solskjaer as the freedom of Ewood Park smashed the ball low into the bottom corner. On Dean Sturridge's goal for Leicester, Jordan Stewart stretches to keep the ball in and loops in an excellent cross. Sturridge gets in between Southgate and Festa and nods the ball past a helpless Crossley. And on Van Bronckhorst's goal for Arsenal, Albertini chipped the ball in and Perez cleverly volleyed it first time into the path of the on-rushing Van Bronckhorst. He made no mistake with a sweet first-time finish beyond Shay Given for his third league goal of the season. And as you can see, goal at the Stadium of Light. It's not for Kevin Phillips. Goal scorer is Gerard Sibon. Kevin Phillips does, however, have the assist. Sunderland 1, Fulham 0. Sibon goal. Kevin Phillips assist. Sunderland 1, Fulham 0. FBL Runner with 9 says, that was class. Get James on BT Sport. I mean, I know what an assist is and what an assist isn't. Pep Talk, can't like this stream till I get a return. Could be a long day. See you later, mate. I only got 9 men to get that return as well. See you later, mate. Neil Murray, just realised Biscan will come off my bench. Hey, nice one. Gary Shepherd's only got 9 men too. Mark Dorney's giving the Biscan love. A little late on. Mac, nice. James Nelson, Super Kev. Andy, go on Phillips. Few in there happy with captain. A few captain returns there from Phillips' perspective. FBL Andy, Neil Murray, Bradley Parker. I think we've all got Phillips captain, as have I. End the game week. Transfers in and out. Top transfers in. Excuse me. Kevin Phillips has 193 new owners. Thierry Henry and Idiger Johnson both 147. 114 of you bought in Benito Carbone. Pep Talk's got Phillips captain. Like the fucking video, you idiot. 81 transfers in for Wilcox. 61 for Beckham. 60 for Owen and Dwight York. Eric Backer, quite popular. 53 new buys. 50, Simo Valakri of Derby County. 47 for Poom. 44 for Darryl Powell. People moving early for Derby. 41 for Veron. Bolton are behind at Leeds. The goal scorer is Johnson. The assister is David Batty. Leeds lead Bolton by a goal to 0. They only said Johnson because I can't remember the guy's first name, and I'm going to say Seth Johnson, and I thought that would be really confusing, but it begins with an S. David Batty with the assist. Leeds 1, Bolton 0. On the Sibon goal, fine strike. Crowdson had punched away a set piece, but Phillips manages to lay the ball off for Sibon as it's recycled into the box, and the Dutchman strikes it sweetly into the far corner before the goalkeeper can move. Feels like all 20% that got Kevin Phillips this week are fucking in this chat. Thank you, Luke, who's saying it's Simon Johnston. I mean, obviously. Oh, and it's just come up as well. Handy. Simon Johnson gets the first goal of his Leeds career. David Batty half-volleyed a cross into the area, and Johnson timed his jump well, directing a header into the top corner. Fucking hell, do I need to put the light on this game? It's getting really dark here. Let's see who was most transferred out then this game week. Stephen McPhail's lost 410 owners. He's going to lose another one next game week, I think. Ruud van Nistelrooy has lost 409. It's going to be fascinating when it potentially reopens up for Van Nistelrooy in game week 28 when Thierry Henry has a double game week of West Ham and Charlton at home. Redbroth has lost 38 owners. Sorry, Viduka's lost 250 basically. Lewis Beaumont has lost 80. Redbroth's lost 38, and then there's, more than 20, less than 30. 28 sold Biscan this week. Kuehl, Selakovic, Tarico, Besadas, Lauren, Cole Court, who's injured, have also lost a little bit of ownership as well. And I can also tell you chip usage this week, which is interesting. 92 have taken what I had said would have been the ideal strategy of a wild card potentially if you had all of your chips. 6 people have played a free hit, and 2 people are already regretting their bench boost. No triple captains played. Do let us know if you're in the chat and you played your bench boost or your free hit. Love to hear the logic on that. Because you're still going to have to sell Van Nistelrooy next week. Storm Legacy says certain Ugo will score this week for Celtic. And his former club have got the ball in the net, but it's been disallowed. Sorry, Boxic owners, says the official account. Gianluca Festa hits across from deep and Boxic finishes it superbly, but he's flagged offside. It looks an incredibly tight call. Bizarrely, Middlesbrough are making an early change. Noel Whelan is coming on for Dean Windass. Ooh, week of early subs, exciting. Yeah! Scala says no live updates for Leeds versus Fulham after you back them for top 4 next season. Did I? No, you never heard that shit from me, mate. You never heard me say Leeds will finish top 4 next year. Listen, if Leeds finish top 4 next season, it'd be in the fucking championship, mate. You'll notice that there's no major troll in the chat today because Andy Martin, he'll probably watch it back later. But he's obviously watching Leeds and Bolton now. I tell you, I can stick it on. I can stick it on and keep an eye on it for you. I'll tell you what, let's go one better than that. Let me know in the chat now, guys. Quick yes or no. Do you want update from championship games while they're ongoing? Whatever gets the majority is where I'll go with it. And we'll decide from there. Avitraro saying Festa assist robbed. Innsbrucken, one up front. Phillips, captain, lovely. Bradley's digging in, saying Leeds will need to sign some serious quality to stay up. FPL Pan is saying Bottlers. I'm assuming that they're losing. Let's have a little look, shall we? Looks like the general consensus for people is yes, go for it. Okay. Leeds are winning 1-0 apparently, as far as I can see, unless Fulham have just scored. Patrick Bamford had them ahead. Hull 2-0 up at Burnley. That's a big score because they've been in free fall. Hull. Josh McGuinness and James Scott with the goals. Brad Lewington, Leeds, Bolton. Yeah, that could be a problem, couldn't it? Leeds are at home in 2002 and 2020. As far as I can see, they lead Fulham by 1-0. Yeah, there you go. So why are people calling them Bottlers? That doesn't seem to make much sense. They are coming up. They're definitely coming up. It's happening this time. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on Jeff. Earlier scores. Barnsley and Millwall was 0-0. That must have been exciting for Rob Pick. Charlton beat QPR 1-0. It's disappeared off my screen. That's very kind of you. While we'll wait for it to come back. Oh dear, update from Ewood Park. David Beckham made a perfect slide tackle on Damien Duff, but he didn't get back to his feet, clutching his knee. He can't continue. Luke Chadwick is his replacement. Beckham had also been booked for a foul on Graham Lasseau. 0-pointer confirmed for Manchester United's David Beckham. And there's an injury at Filbert Street as well. Muzzy Izzet is struggling and Matthew Jones is the man coming on to replace him. Now, seconds later, we have a goal coming up shortly from Filbert Street. As Charlton beat QPR 1-0, it's a big result. Derby beat Reading 2-1. Cardiff won 3-1 at Preston, both of them on the fringes of the playoffs. And a huge win for Luton, winning 1-0 at Swansea. Apologies for Cole, JB, who's in the chat, Swansea patron of ours. Huge result for Luton. I spent some time in Luton, so I have a little bit of a soft spot for them. We wait update on a goal from Filbert Street, and it's in. And Jones is no sooner on the pitch, but he's scored. Matthew Jones has put Leicester 2-0 up against Middlesbrough. Dean Sturridge with the assist. Q comment in a minute about it being his first touch and shit. FPL runner in 9. Skull's still not on. Bricky, Super Luton, keep the faith. Well done, mate. Storm Legacy. Bielsa versus Pep next season will be a watch. Scared when Leeds play Lampard. I don't see how he has a chance. We beat you at home. We beat you away. Great song, that. Shame it absolutely blew up in their fucking faces, by the way. Oh, look, Andy Martin's in. Just thought I'd say hi. Has the goal been scored yet? The troll's in. Goal at Stamford Bridge for Chelsea, 24 minutes in. The goal scorer is not Idaga Johnson. It is his partner, Gianfranco Zola. And there is an assist for William Gallas. Zola goal, Gallas assist. Chelsea 1, Southampton 0. There's a Stoke Middlesbrough in play now in the Championship. That's 0-0. I'm not sure how many other games are going on. I think they're splitting them half 12. Wigan and Blackburn is 0-0 at the moment. Blackburn been doing all right. They're on the fringes of the playoffs as well, actually. I would bet whoever comes up is whoever finishes 6th. Gets in the playoffs last minute. They'll be on such a high, feeling like nothing to lose. Whereas 3rd, 4th, 5th, I think they know that's the minimum that they're finishing. So yeah, those are the 4 games going on. Hull 2-0 up at Birmingham. Leeds 1 up against Fulham. Stoke Middlesbrough is goalless. Wigan and Blackburn is goalless. Incredible. He'd been on the pitch 15 seconds. Sturridge lays the ball off to Jones on the edge of the box. And with his first touch, who would have guessed? He arrows a shot into the corner before being mobbed by his teammates. Borough sinking without trace. They're going to win the league. Don't fucking think so. Might be winning League 1 next year. In 2021, that is. Near Shakhtar saying United the only team to score away from home so far. Blackburn, Charlton and Derby. And I mean, it's easy to forget West Ham. But the 4 home sides who haven't registered it yet. Scarlett saying, come on, Ida, your turn. FPL Renard in 9. Borough falling apart without Ugo. Borough have been falling apart for a couple of weeks. It was a freak, mate. David Strom, Sturridge beast. Boom. Update from the Stadium of Light. More bad news incoming. This one will not be popular. Bad news for struggling Fulham. Stolters is down again, having just recovered from injury, and his participation in the game is over. Legwinski is the man coming on. Mitrovic, ever the saint, is claiming that someone's aimed an elbow at him at Ellen Road. Oh, actually, no, he's claiming handball. You can't give that. Shut up, mate. Jonathan Nagy, Cardiff are 6th at the moment in the Championship. It's very competitive. Average Travel Aldi says Borough won't even finish in the top 6 in our simulation. I think they will. But yeah, expect Leeds, Liverpool to overtake them. I tell you what I'm really interested in. I know obviously losing again today. But Newcastle would get Robert and Solano fit again. Court's been doing all right if he's not out too long. Back in with Shearer. And sort themselves out defensively. options. I mean, you wouldn't buy from them essentially. I know people are going to look at them for the double and stuff. That's fair enough. Bradley Parker, Stolzer's in on my wild card. Didn't you have the ITK on that one, Bradley? Cow, this game. Ha ha ha. FPL numbers, though, for fuck's sake. Anurag says, who is on that bench for the one person who has full 15 players bench boost? Tala. Question. Tala Nadeem, you're being summoned. Average no Stolzers. Rob McTaggart. Bloodbath. Mark Dorney's got Stolzers coming off his bench for a 1-pointer. Congratulations, Mark. One's better than none, mate. Gary Shepherd, and with the Stolzers injury, 10 becomes 9. Need some love like I never needed love before. Brad Lewington, James, try and find a video of Mitrovic's elbow on Bet White at half time. We'll get a ban. Oh, was he thrown one himself? Very interesting. Scala says Stolzer's damn did not expect much today, to be fair. Pep Talk. Okay, now I'm missing Stolzer's, Terry Hart, and Arca. FPL Renard 9. Arca not playing? Not even a sub. It's not like they was missing Michael Gray as well. I mean, Kevin Kilban's playing left midfield and he hasn't played for anyone since 1987, mate. So, shit happens. FPL Bricky. So, Bex and Stolzer's off injured. Hart, Terry and Carboni dropped on my wild card. Going well, Bricky. Where's Irons? He's normally yapping his shit off. Where's he at today? Or is he scouting championship teams? Talon Nadeem, Anurag, Kylie, Alan Johnson, Bramble, Ledley King. That's the bench boost. Kylie, Alan Johnson, Bramble, Ledley King. We want to know the rest of that team, Tala. We want to know the rest of that team, I think. We want to know the rest of that bench boost team. FPL Panic was desperate to get through this week without injuries. Busload of hits incoming, I should expect so. Update from the Valley. Last 25 minutes of this game since an early Marcus Stewart chance have practically taken place in the middle third of the pitch. Charlton are making a change. Oh, piss off. The fuck is this random shit? And it's Klaus Jensen taken off, replaced by John Robinson. Boo! I mean, what's this randomness? There was me 5 minutes ago. Oh, Ali subs. Yeah, it's my fucking player, you pricks. Yeah, Klaus Jensen replaced early by John Robinson. Oh, dear. I ain't that bothered about that. I'm not expecting Kieran Dyer to do feck all at Arsenal. So, yeah, I live with that. Not going too bad for me so far. FPL Badger. Is it next week Solano is due back? I'm sure he wasn't far off full fitness. He's going to be fit, Badger, Mark. He's going to be fit for game week 26 and about Solano, I think. And they don't even play, do they, in game week 26? So it's a week between in simulation. Middlesbrough have scored at Stoke, by the way, in the Championship. I think it looked like Ashley Fletcher. I don't even know if he still plays for them, to be honest. Good shout if I'm right. So in the game now, in the simulation, it's the weekend. Game week 26 is midweek, exactly as it will be. And game week 27. So actually what we're covering now is actually really accurate in terms of time. Game week 20, between game week 25 and game week 27 in simulation is 1 week. Solano's at 90% fitness, orange flags. I think within 7 days, there's every chance him and Robert will both be fit. They could be massive on the day. Wild card gambles. Another gamble might have been happening at Stamford Bridge. It was actually Fletcher who scored for Middlesbrough. I've got good eyesight. No, I'm sorry. Idiger Johnson hasn't scored for Chelsea. Frank Lampard is the goal scorer. Sister is Boudewijn Zenden. Chelsea 2, Southampton 0. Lampard the scorer. Boudewijn Zenden with the assist. Brian Yule, what's that? Beckham injured? Yep. Jonathan Nagy is for fuck's sake now down to 8 players. You're not down to 8 players. You've got a 1 point off him. Brad Lundin not happy with that Jensen 1 pointer. Neither is FPL Panda. Cow said, this is the players off early week. Interesting. Oh no, isn't it ironic? How many of you captain Thierry Henry? Henry's going off. He's going off. So Tala's come back with the full team for this bench boost that we just went through. So it's Seaman, Mabry, Haridas and Festa. Scowcroft, Gerrard, Stolzer, Salakovic, Omri, Shearer, Phillips. Do you know what? That's not bad. I mean, I reckon for him not to have Ian Hart in there, he's got some sort of fucking inside information. How has he got no Leeds players in there? We've got Maybury. Where's the rest of his Leeds players? I don't believe he wasn't suffering with Leeds players. How many hits? Minus 16, Teller. But actually, that's not too bad. I don't hate that. I mean, he's basically, whoever's done that is basically already relying on a Dean Kiley clean sheet to even get close to what you'd want from a bench boost. But yeah, it could happen. Cow, shit, I hadn't thought about that. Henri, ha. Ollie Blake, waiting for the York goal patiently. You might be waiting a really long time, mate. Then so might Ida Johnson owners. Another goal for Chelsea, and the goal scorer is really interesting because it's Keenan and the assist is Zola. Update on the Lampard goal. Previously, Chelsea are rampant. Zola hit the post with a free kick moments ago, and now Chelsea doubled their lead. A simple goal with Lampard meeting Zender's corner, and a simple header from 8 yards out, and another goal, which I've just told you about, which is scored by Keenan, who went off for Chelsea. Is it Johnson? Oh dear, we haven't got that information unless I've completely missed that. Apologies. So 9 minutes ago, on the Zola goal, the first one, I think I missed this. Chelsea had just made a tactical change, bringing on Keenan for Jody Morris, and immediately they led. Melchior had found Lampard involved with Gallus finding Zola. He turned gracefully and swept the ball beyond Jones. That was for the first goal. So Keenan came on for Jody Morris, and he scored. Not the first substitute to come on today and score instantly. Alex Hardman caught to Zola this week. Nice. Scala, Keenan, where is Ida? I don't know. Where's Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank? Near Shakhtar. Fuck, Ida not scoring today. Yeah, I'd be a little bit concerned that Chelsea are 3-0 up against Saints. And Ida Johnson's not scored yet. Brian Yule. Who is Keenan? He's a keen man, isn't he? Petzl, I don't think that's Tyler's team. He's got the access to the site, the one team that has bench boost. You don't need to give away who that was, Tyler. That should probably remain private, actually, to be fair. Scala saying Morris Few. Sorry, I missed that one, guys. That was probably trying to get Leeds and Fulham on. FPL numbers. Almost went for Zola. I know. I almost went for Zola, actually. Yeah. Cal said, good to see Southampton's back five is working anyway. Mate, there's only one team in this league worse than them. Thank you, Brad, for sending me this. Oh, dear, that Mitrovic elbow. He'll get done for that. You're not wrong. Yeah, Mitrovic is definitely in for a ban for Fulham. Brad Lundin, check your DM when you can, James. Video of Mitrovic. Oh, yeah, I've just seen it. Yeah, that's bad. Really, really bad. He'd be in for a ban there, Mitrovic, for certain. Matt Derbyshire, Hart captain, Zola vice captain, seems to have turned out all right. Well done, mate. Storm Legacy, Ida will be lucky to last 60 minutes. Yeah, no, he could be on a shit rating compared to the others, isn't it? He'll be the one who gets hurt. Near Shakhtar almost went for Keenan as well. Yeah, lots of almosties. Excuse me. FPL numbers. Tell us, who did you go for instead when you almost went for Zola? Petzl almost went for Matthew Jones at Leicester. There's lots of almosties. I nearly made my wife come once. It's gone quiet. FPL Renard 9. Mitrovic looks weird with hair unless he shaved it off since last game. Thiago Jota, what was going on with his head earlier? He had so much hair going on. No championship updates. No CMFPL updates. Just Joe Finley Badder sending me laughing emojis. Imagine being my poor wife. FPL numbers went for Super Kev and Henri. Good man. Well done. Brian Newell, I went for York. No ifs, buts or maybes. I love it. Love it. I see you, Joe. Yeah, rewind it. Fuck it. Storm Legacy, bank the transfer. To be fair, if you tweet it out, I ain't retweeting that. I'm dead. To be fair, she'd just laugh and she'd go, yeah, true that actually. Storm Legacy, bank the transfer to have 2 to get double Ipswich defence out. Anareg said, Chelsea up 3, Carboni not in squad. Yeah, but Johnson hasn't returned either. Cal, there's a wee update, James. Oh, yeah, shit. I'm behind now, aren't I? 2 goals in 2 minutes, thanks, Cal. Stanic does well down the flank and finds Zola. This is on the 3rd goal. He backheels impudently into the path of young Joe Keenan, who fires his shot through the legs of Lundikvar, giving Jones no chance. Thank you, Cal. I'm not watching Leeds Fulham live, by the way. I've got the Soccer Saturday with my old mate Jeff on. See what he's up to these days. See how much longer he's holding the fort. And see all the cardboard cutouts at Ellen Road, which you've done quite a good job with, putting cardboard cutouts of... oh, it looks like we have a goal, actually. We'll hold that fort. And it's at Ellen Road. Oh, fuck me, there's loads of updates. What's going on here? I've got everything but the goal. Neil Maddison has equalised for Bolton. Ian Hart owners, your clean sheet would have been gone. Don't worry about it. Leeds 1, Bolton 1. No assister on the goal. Neil Maddison, the goal scorer. Ah, yeah, loads of updates. From Highbury, an injury. Tony Adams is suffering. He's been there before. I would be too, having to play next to that prick. Tony Adams is suffering. It looks like an ankle problem from the way he's been treated. Matt Upson is coming on in his place. From Upton Park, expected goals here, and there's been chances at both ends. Kevin Campbell and Freddie Canute have been the most threatening, but neither has really found their range as yet. Update from Ewood Park, relatively quiet, but standing goalkeeper Paul Rakuba has just been tested, making a strong save to deny a firm drive from Marcus Ben. Manchester United remain, as Joe Finley Badders pointed out, the only away team who scored so far until that Bolton Wanderers equaliser. Brian Yule, the return of FPL wifey to the stream. James sure loves sleeping on that couch. Fucking couch is far more comfortable, mate. Gary Shepherd said, there's been a thumbs down on the stream, Planet FPL wifey. I mean, listen, come on. That joke alone fucking needed a like for the video, did it not? Oh, that's what I was going to say. Cole JB, yeah, thank you for reminding me. I was going to say about the cardboard cutouts at Ellen Road, because there was a Bin Laden in the crowd. And then I saw a tweet last night as well with Jimmy Savile was in the crowd as well. I mean, fucking hell, mate. Someone's been having a right wind up there. I just love to know the guy who then puts the cardboard cutouts there and he's looking at it and going, you think he looks like Jimmy Savile, mate? You think that looks like Jimmy Savile? Fucking hell. Now then, literally, who's done that? Who hasn't had the brain to think, I'm not sure about this one? Pep Talk, what has happened to Leeds at home, letting in goals left, right and centre these days? Which Leeds? Oh, the 2002 version. Yeah. It's all right. Ian Hart's getting multiple attacking returns. Doesn't matter, does it? The Trent of Champman 0102, except Trent always plays and gets clean sheets most weeks as well. Do you know what? I'm interested to know as we're approaching half time. Genuinely, many of you will have heard my thoughts over the last couple of days on Trent. At what price next year would you not buy him. I just want to know. And if he's someone who's not in your squad now and you've got no interest, fine, don't comment. But if you're someone who's like, I genuinely think he's essential, at what point next season would you go, I'm not buying him? What price is too much to say I'm not buying the guy who's got the same FPL points as Sadio Mane? Has there been another goal? Fucking hell, missed that as well. It's not important though. It's at Pride Park. No one's bought any of their assets yet. Except a few have, but not these two guys too much, I don't think. Horatio Carbonari is the goal scorer. Maybe someone has. Maybe someone's left him on the bench. Malcolm Christie has the assist. Carbonari goal, Christie assist. I'm getting rubbish at this fucking lark, can't I? Wow. Gareth Barry was booked for a foul. Malcolm Christie, 25 yards from goal. Carbonari hit a ferocious free kick that swerves wickedly into the top left-hand corner. Stunning. And on the Bolton equaliser, you'd go a long way to see a weirder goal than this. With the ball bobbling around the area, it looks as if Maddison is trying to lay the ball across goal. He completely slices it and it flies inside Nigel Martin's near post. A freak goal. Lots of variation on these responses to my Trent question. Joe Jenkins saying he wouldn't pay 8.5. Nia's saying 9 million is too much. So too Mark Dorney. So too Rory. Josh is saying 10 million is my upper limit. FPL Badger saying 11. Dick Wenton saying 9. Brad Linden saying wouldn't buy at 11. FPL Ronara 9 saying 9 million cut off. FPL Cobbler saying 10 million maybe. In the 23, Aaron says 15 million. Optimus said, hey James, 10 minutes ago Derby scored but you didn't see. Yeah, I've seen it. No one cared anyway. Let's be very honest. Insane, I'd buy him to 8.5. So Davil's saying 9 is too much. Josh Woolbridge, I'd love to own for 9. Billy Hadaway saying 12 is too much. Jonathan Nagy, 10 million for me is too much. A few people saying 10. FPL number saying 8.5 max. It'll be 8 million. They won't price him higher than 8 million, I'm telling you. I'd be amazed if they did. And people will still go mental about that price, by the way. Genuinely. It just staggers me. I'm in a place with him now where I'm going to captain him quite a bit, I think. Fuck it. Especially in these conditions with teams scoring less and less. I know you say, okay, less chance for the attacking returns, but it's even less chance of Liverpool conceding goals at the moment. I know people say, Liverpool got nothing to play for. Yeah, by the way, a lot of their opponents got nothing to play for either. Half-time's confirmed in Champ Man. Arsenal lead Newcastle 1-0. Goal by Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, assisted by Robert Perez. United lead 1-0 at Blackburn. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer goal. Charlton and Ipswich remains goalless. Chelsea leads Southampton 3-0. I think a goal and an assist for Zola, but nothing for Idiger Johnson. Horatio Carbonari's stunning free kick gave Derby a lead against Aston Villa about 10 minutes ago. Leicester lead at Middlesbrough 2-0. Goal and an assist for Dean Sturridge. Liverpool lead Tottenham 1-0. We haven't had many updates from Anfield. Michael Owen has been a starter. That early goal from Igor Biscan. And Joe Sibon has given Sunderland a 1-0 advantage against Fulham. Not had many updates from there either. Assisted by Kevin Phillips. West Ham and Everton remains goalless. The official account asks, and I'll ask too, how was your first half? Let's get another beer open. Heavy Finger 7 says, I will hold all of you responsible next season when I get TAA and realise how little money I got left for the team I want to set up. I don't care. I'll play a couple of 4.5s every week. Fuck it. Gary Shepherd only returned in the first half was Stolz's injury. Pet Talk. KDB massively underpriced this season by FPL. I think 12 million. I think probably next year. Can't see it being more. But 11.5 or 12. That's what we was discussing yesterday with Asmir. I was meant to fucking talk about that, wasn't I? Who asked me a question about Begovic and what was it? I can't fucking remember now. Andy Martin, depends on other Liverpool prices. If Trent was 10 and Robertson and VVD was 7, then that would be a decision. That's a very fair point, Andrew. Yes, that is a very fair point. If Trent was 8.5 or 9 million and they reduced Robertson to, say, 6 million, which they won't, then that really gives you a kind of decision. I know what my decision would be. Yes, thanks. I'll have both. Wouldn't think twice about it. Optimus says, "Hey James, what is your opinion about Man City Liverpool game, and also what you recommend with Liverpool assets?" Like, no fear with the Liverpool City assets. My instinct is that City will probably just about beat them. Actually, that's my instinct. But it could be anything, couldn't it? Could be 0-0. It could be shit. Could be 3-3. Be really entertaining. Be guessing. Two great teams like that coming up against each other in these conditions are very hard to predict. I'd have a sneaky feeling that City will probably win. I think there's a chance that Jesus doesn't play, would probably be my instinct on that particular fixture, and they try and completely flush Liverpool out in the midfield areas. That'd probably be my instinct, but I haven't really got a lot more to add on that, other than I wouldn't have fear, particularly on the Liverpool assets. With the City guys, the rotation, yeah. The Liverpool guys don't have to fear. Fuck it, man. Listen, they ain't got no FA Cup, no Champions League afterwards. Why are they just going to put their feet up? They're going to celebrate and try and party at the end of this. Salah and Mane are going to be trying to batter each other for Golden Boot and stuff. Why is there going to be a let-up? You know, Trent's probably aiming for 20 assists by the end of the season, isn't he? Storm Legacy says, Jurgen was pissed on BT for his interview. Found it funny when Robbo said Klopp had a few beers. Doesn't matter. Listen, at that stage, I don't think it's a secret that Jurgen Klopp likes a beer, by the way. I don't think it's a secret that he's okay with his players having a beer on certain occasions either. So it shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody. Eritrea, no returns in the first half for me. Boo. Scarlett, 1 goal and captain assist. Not bad. FPL Renaro 9, the Spurs story with Asmir. Ah, thank you. No, I didn't. I remembered what I'm going to say. So, obviously, I get this DM. Was it Tuesday or Wednesday? And I was like, fucking hell, what? And the first thing I did before I instantly went, is like researched that it was really his account and stuff before I made a dickhead of myself. But I knew he'd done something with Ryan for Fantasy Yerma, Bang Average podcast in the past. I knew he was someone that had interest in fantasy. So, at the same time, it didn't shock me. If you'd said a current pro footballer was going to message you and say, do you want to do a podcast? I would have said, I bet it's him, if you'd have said that to me. So it didn't come as a huge surprise. It obviously came as a huge surprise that he's in my DMs asking me if I want to do a podcast. But it wasn't a huge surprise that it was him, put it that way. That's what I'm saying. So he says, when's good for you? And I'm like, in the kindest possible way, I'm not meaning to suck him off. I'm like, mate, whenever it's fucking good for you, I'll be there. Do you know what I mean? So he says, Friday morning. I was like, yeah, cool. And I'm looking at my schedule. I'm going, it's literally the worst, right? Because I've got to do the Patreon podcast yesterday morning and do the full review of the games with Suj. I've got to edit those 2 fucking podcasts as well. And then at 6:30, we pre-recorded Clash of the Correspondence with Mig and Turfy Topper, which we're going to release. Plan is midnight, Sunday night, actually, for Monday morning. So it was such a full-on day for me yesterday. I was like, Suj, we need to move shit. Suj was like, yeah, absolutely, no problem. So moved the shit around. What was funny was, so we did it on Anchor. And the thing with Anchor is when you stop the recording, you get thrown off. So it was so lucky that during the podcast, I managed to get a couple of things like him saying, yeah, I'll come back on with you guys and stuff like that. And I got the odd questioning about goalkeeping and stuff like that. But in my head, I was thinking, right, so when the recording ends, me and him, we'll just have a little chat. He'll be like, yeah, thanks and all that. The recording ended and that was it. I was gone. I'm just looking at the screen like that. In my head, I'm like, is that it? No bite, no nothing. He's just gone. I mean, fair game to him. He DM'd me like 5-10 minutes later and he said, thanks for that. It was a pleasure. I'd be delighted to come on with you again in the future and that. And I was like, yeah, great. But yeah, I obviously wanted to get him offline and ask him about this stuff with Spurs that happened years ago where Portsmouth ended up, even though Begovic never played for Tottenham made a down payment on signing Begovic. Begovic then decided he wanted to go to Stoke for sporting reasons, but Tottenham made a down payment on Begovic and Yunus Kabul when they got Yunus Kabul back. That's the story. And so Portsmouth ended up owing Tottenham money for Begovic. And obviously Portsmouth were in massive financial trouble at the time, obviously. And but Begovic has gone to Stoke. So it was a really, really strange one. But I was really pleased that he covered the questions from the community as well, because I was half thinking when I'd said get the questions in, I was half thinking he's going to see all these FPL handles and he's going to think, oh, fuck this shit. And like he read out Jamie Roberts' FPL Potter's question, and Jamie really liked him when Asmir was at Stoke and that. And I just knew that it would make him so happy and that. And then he read out Suji's name as Suyan Shah. And I didn't even, I couldn't remember the questions. You know me, I'm in one ear and out the other. And I couldn't remember the question. I was like, who's Suyan? And it wasn't till Suj DM'd me about an hour after we finished and went, I've listened to it. Prick called me Suyan Shah. And I was in bits. I was like, oh shit, that was your question. Oh dear. But it was really good. He'll come on with us as well. Really cool guy. Really cool guy. He does podcasts. I mean, he's obviously works around his time. You know, fuck me. He's at AC Milan, right? And he's really into his American sports and stuff. So I'll tell you what, if you're really into your American sports, I'd give his pod a bit of a plug for that, actually. He's really into, I think, the hockey, NBA and stuff as well, and American football. So if you're into those sort of things, do you know what? Listen to him. He's relatable. He doesn't come across as flash or anything like that. Really good guy. Anyway, that's enough about Mr. Begovic. FPL Ronaldo 9 said that deal sounded very South American. You wanna see the chat I was having with at Heavy Finger 7 yesterday about transfer business in Romania through my Patreon class. Might be a people's poll in there possibly. James, what teams will go with Norwich to the Championship? I think Bournemouth and Villa. I think West Ham will stay up. Excuse me. Bournemouth have to beat Newcastle on Wednesday. I keep shouting it. They have to beat them. Villa have lost to Wolves. Chelsea play West Ham Wednesday night after Bournemouth. So there's a real chance, if Bournemouth can beat Newcastle, there's a real chance to put themselves ahead. And once you're ahead, you see these teams are struggling to score goals and stuff, then you give yourself a chance. If you don't beat Newcastle, to say they're finished is incorrect, but then it starts looking really, really bleak, because then that's West Ham's turn of fixtures where they'll start thinking the same thing. Then West Ham play Newcastle, and they'll be thinking like Villa thought last week, we can get something off these. So, but I think Bournemouth will go. I do think West Ham will stay up. I hope they stay up. Personally, I enjoy playing them twice a year. They're annoying as fuck, but I'd miss the games. I'd rather play West Ham twice a year than Villa or Bournemouth. Personally, it's not a disrespect to either of those two teams. I would rather play West Ham twice a season. That's how I feel about it. If they get relegated, I will still laugh my fucking tits off, though. By the way, FBL Badger saying West Ham could stay up without even getting another point the way it's going. Heavy Finger 7, cheers James. Whenever you want to discuss the Bicali family, I'm available for you guys. You lot should all be getting yourselves on Google at the end of this stream and just copy paste that, the Bicali family. Just get on it, mate. Go do some Googling. Storm Legacy, Dyche to leave Burnley. Well, great plug for Monday's Clash of the Correspondents, and I know what you're thinking, right? So releasing a Clash of the Correspondents very unusually on a Monday after an FPL deadline. We've got McTavius and Turfy Topper coming on to talk about Palace and Burnley. And I know what you're thinking. You probably think the same thing about the game Monday night. Fucking hell, are you serious, James? Palace v Burnley. 1, all my correspondents get an equal chance and an equal voice, irrespective of who their club is. 2, this might be one of the funniest Clash of the Correspondents we've recorded, because it becomes, we talk about their FPL assets a little bit. You know, we talk about Pope, Rodriguez, PVA. We talk about it a little bit, but it becomes more about the status of the two football clubs, what's likely to happen next with Dyche, with Roy Hodgson, etc. And the banter gets peak. Arsenal fans, genuinely, I wouldn't tune in. West Ham fans, I probably wouldn't tune in either. The rest of you will have a good fucking laugh at it. And the boys laugh at themselves a little bit. And it's a credit to the two of them, by the way, in terms of their status of football clubs, Palace and Burnley, that they're not in any danger. And it's pointless. keep achieving good things, those two clubs. I promise you, it's a good podcast. FPL Renard with 9. Average attendance at West Ham in Championship. Binoculars at the ready. I mean, 0, because no one's going to be there. I'm afraid to say it's probably the most likely to start with. They'll still get good crowds, because, I mean, it'd be a good one for tourists to go to. Generally, if you can get a ticket in the Championship, 15, 20 quid, if that's how they decide to price it. And then it's like tourist time. People as well, it's not just going to see West Ham in the Championship, it's say, oh, they had the Olympics here in 2012. So, to be honest, they'd still get very good attendances, but they'd have to lower the ticket prices. Do you know what? It's 2 minutes to 4. I'm going for a piss. Fuck it. Love it. Brad Lewington says, fuck Palace. I'm not surprised. Teams are out for the second half. What do you need to see in this 45 minutes to make your game week a success? Let's find out if you get it. We're underway. Heavy Finger 7 at FPL Captain, a piss timer would be spectacular. I've not done bad, right? I drink through these streams. Oh, shit, where did I put the beer? Oh, still. That's only the second time I've gone for a piss. That's not bad, I don't think. Scala opportunity miss, Captain. FPL Captain, I never did a piss break graphic. Near Shatter, will Arsenal target a top 10 finish next year? Yeah, it'll be alright. As much as we take the piss out of them. FPL Captain, I'll always be a full minute behind James, so wouldn't be able to get the timing right. Are you really? Man, you're normally fucking sharp, so I'm not sure about that, mate. Right, what we expect in second half? Potentially at the moment, there's a lot of clean sheets knocking about. Tell you what, Charlton Ipswich 0-0 would be fucking handy for me. FPL Captain, I think that's your second piss in 25 game weeks. Yeah, it's not bad. The thing is with me doing that, I've started thinking, do you know what? I'm not sure I'm going to make it today. And that's the best thing to do. There's been a couple recently, I'm not lying. I've been begging for the stream to finish. Quick, get me them bonus points. Run out the door and he's there. Nah. I'm like, mate, you need to get out of my way, child. I need to go. Daddy needs to go. FPL Panic, Iceman's piss music plays. Yeah, maybe I could get hold of that. But I'd have to get it on a loop or something. Gary Robinson, TAA won't be anywhere near 10 million. Of course he won't be, no. Robbo and VVD were 210 pointers last season. They only got priced at 7 and 6.5. goal at Stamford Bridge. And finally, Mario Stanic has his first goal in weeks. The assist goes to Gianfranco Zola. Chelsea 4, Southampton 0. You can call me troll, whatever you like. I've got Good Johnson as well. Live with it. Rory's looking for a Phillips goal. So it's Chelsea 4, Southampton 0. Stanic with a goal. Zola with the assist. He's having a lovely return today, Gianfranco Zola. Scala says lots of Phillips and Ida goals will be nice second half. Pep Talk, I'm expecting at least a goal. Low expectation this game week. Cal, got to go when you've got to go, man. None of us mind. We'd rather you're comfortable. No one wants to hear me fucking piss in a bottle here. Let's be really honest. I could do. You wouldn't know. I mean, you might hear it. I don't know. Heavy Finger 7, I'd say let's double down on the misery, some reds and injuries, simply to make us lose our collective minds. Billy Hadaway, I hate to tell you that you ain't going to be getting a Carboni return because he ain't playing, mate. I don't know if you know that or not, but I'll break it to you now. You might want to check who's on your bench. Near Shakhtar, fuck's sake, James. Scala, lol. Zola was the one. Storm Legacy, Zola's on a tear. Zola gets an assist, but this is all Stanic. He passed the ball on halfway and takes on everyone. Draper is dummied. Lundikvarm is nutmeg. Jones is beaten. Fantastic play from Super Mario. God, you saw Pogba's nutmeg on Sandberg on Wednesday. Oh my God. It was one of them where you're allowed for a brief 2 seconds to act like a teenager and start biting your fingers and worrying about people's careers. My goodness. I believe... Oh no, that's a replay of Bamford's goal earlier. Ignore me. Rory, any chance of a Hart, Carboni or Stolz's goal, mate? If you just joined in, I can tell you now the answer to that is 0%. Woodwork's been hit at Highbury. Arsenal swinging a corner from the left through Van Bronckhorst. He's met by a thumpering, towering, colossal header by someone who normally plays centre-half with Tony Adams, and it cannons off the bar. Still 1-0. Prick still ain't scored this fucking season. What a waste of money. But he had away. Ah, shit. How did I miss that? I don't know, mate. I go through the whole teams at 2:30, you know. Then there's the guy's tweets as well, right? So, it happens. More often than it should, but it happens. Yeah, Gary Smith. Imagine Gary Smith. He hasn't been in, has he? He'd be here in about 20 minutes, and he'd be like, all the same players. Go on, Hart. Go on, Carboni. Go on, Hasselbank. Where's Van Nistelrooy? I bet he comes in. Where's Van Nistelrooy? Near Shakhtar, don't think I ever captained a player that didn't return on a 4-0. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Maybe this was the whole thing behind the Southampton leak, because the guys knew that Chelsea were going to get about 7. Gary Robinson, Jimenez, man of match in Sky. Really? I mean, them guys need to have a look at themselves, really. He played all right, Jimenez, but in Sky they should kill the man of the matches. Just get rid of it. Should get rid of it because they favour players based on ownership, and it's wrong. It's wrong when you're trying to chase people and you're looking for differentials and stuff. I've got Jimenez today. That's wrong. Wrong. He shouldn't be getting that award. Don't think he played badly. I think it's one of the better players on the pitch, but there were better players in the Wolves shirt for me today. I mean, Bolly. Willy Bolly every week. Does he ever put a foot wrong? He's so fucking consistent, that guy. Now some negative... Oh, dear me. Now some negative news for Chelsea and some man managers. Johnson has pulled up chasing the ball and seems to be clutching his calf. His run, Jesper Gronkiar has replaced him. Oh. Dear. Update from the Stadium of Light. Really quite a fair here since the early goal by Sibon, with Sunderland controlling the game, but neither side really making any chances. Fulham missing their spark in Boa Morte. Yeah, Scala's saying, yeah, it must have been the Jimenez assist that obviously clinched that man of the match award. Ian Parent, say what you like about FP or BPS, but at least it's objective. But the problem is, Ian, everything else in Sky is better. In terms of Hull have scored a second at Birmingham in the Championship, lead 2-0. Oh, that was fucking ages ago. Just showing the goals again, ignore me. You know, you get bonus points for a certain amount of tackles, bonus points for a certain amounts of passes, shots. Everything in terms of the Sky setup of the bonuses is correct. The Man of the Match awards is wrong. Wrong. And I know the people who have links like Dan Cox and that are trying to say to Sky, like, you really need to sort it out. You can't organise a piss up in a brewery. They genuinely can't. Those who play Sky will know the Twitter account is a car crash. It's run by like some 12-year-old who doesn't even understand the rules of their own game. Really bad. But it's a great game. And genuinely, anybody in the UK who's watching this and has thought of playing, come and join and play next year, and we'll guide you through it. It really is good fun, particularly over this period with so many game days and stuff as well. It's good fun. Come in and join us. We pod on it every Wednesday and stuff as well. We'll guide you. Average Trial saying Johnny was brilliant. Gary Shepherd at Brad and Connor, of course. Heavy Finger 7, I take responsibility for the double down the misery. Sorry, James. You good, mate. FP Renard with 9, Ida off. Yeah, man. David Strom, this has to be the worst transfer in ever. Yeah, I know, yeah. And imagine that. Like he's going to be fit to return in 2 days. Wasn't just get him in for today, was it? At least I didn't captain him. Rory, think my joke might have been too subtle. Probably, mate. Some shit goes over my head sometimes as well. Update from Anfield. Liverpool making 2 changes for the hour here. Ah, fuck me. It's all going sour for me. With Gerrard and Navarro replaced by Smeetser and Murphy. Spurs have not laid a glove on Liverpool so far. Andy Martin be playing Sky next season. Good, mate. Join us. Luke, obviously you know, and Joe at Scout do great YouTube videos. That's at Sky. I meant it's fucking Scout. Great YouTube videos at Scout for Sky. You've got Andy Ferguson, Dan Cox, Paul McNulty do their Sunday night podcast on Fantasy Football Hub for Sky. We do ours Wednesday as well. We're all kind of in support of each other as well. So it's really good. Really, really good. You'd enjoy it. Innsbruck, I ain't buying Zola. I'll tell you now, I'd out next week equals Zola in the all squads. I ain't buying Zola. I'll tell you that right now. Ian Parron, I absolutely agree, James. They just use it to market people to bet on Sky bet as you have an account to play. There's money at stake at the end of it. That's the problem with the game. Man of the match should go to the person who's awarded the man of the match. Really by the television guy. So, all right, I know it wasn't the Sky game today, but Dendonka man of the match. He scored the important goal. Thought he got forward a lot more than you usually see of him. I didn't have any complaints with that award. You get sometimes which are mad, and you think, oh, you just gone with a popular player. But if that's the choice, that's the choice. Or tell us who's making the decision. It's so, yeah. Anyway, that's my only gripe with it. But then that's part of the reason why sometimes you feel like you never really want to go with differentials in that, because you know really with Wolves that if Wolves win, man of the match is probably going to be Jimenez or Traore. I've got both of them at the moment. So, anyway. Paul Ince is being replaced by young midfielder Arturo Bernhardt at Filbert Street as Borough attempts to find a way back into the game. Huge appeals for a penalty at Ewood Park. Dwight York does well down the left and finds a cross for Solskjaer. Solskjaer appears to be bundled over by Wetherill, who is on a booking as well, but the referee waves it away. Looked like a pen from here. Gary Shepherd saying Sky is a great game. FPO only started Sky over this period, giving it a go, starting to learn the rules, deciding when to make transfers seems to be the toughest part. Absolutely. Essentially, the only time to really be making transfers at the moment is mid-game week. And that's the benefit. You're not locked in at the start of a game week. So if I want to sell Raul Jimenez today to have Danny Ings tomorrow, I can. It's interesting. It's a completely different format. You are limited with what you can do. You only get 40 transfers over the course of a whole season and a maximum of 5 a week. But play it smart. If you like your strategy, you'll be good at Sky. £50,000 to the winner. I'm about 600th. Don't get excited. It's not an amazing rank. Okay. But I'm still capable at this moment of finishing, I'd say, in the top 200 if I have a good finish to the end. First gets £50,000. Right? Any fucking idiot can win it. There are so many dumb players in Sky. I'm not joking. The guys who are the experts in it, they don't know how lucky they've been in terms of how good they've had it. And I want to bring new players in and make it more competitive, where suddenly a top 1,000 finish becomes difficult and stuff. It's my first season playing it. I'm about 600th. You can do that. You can do that. 50 grand to the winner. Come and join in. That's my opinion. Tyler saying I started playing Sky mid-season, enjoying it more than FPL. I enjoy it at least as much as FPL now. Genuinely. Cal, Liverpool really weird in this game. Seem almost impossible to beat, but don't win as many as you'd think either. Update from Pride Park. Substitutions here. For those who've gambled early, you might want to be cautious. Daryl Powell has been replaced by Paul Boerting. David Ginola is replaced by Hassan Kashlul. Derby in control at the moment. There are way too many clean sheets knocking about in the Premier League at the moment. There are 11 teams who have not conceded yet today. There is no way that shit is going to last. Aaron Lager, that's a great shout. One of the 1330 podcasts we did last summer with Paul, Sky player in FPL. Well worth listening if you're interested in Sky. And that was the podcast that convinced me to do it. So Paul, who's on Twitter at Sky player in FPL, he'd openly put his hands up and say he hasn't had a great season. But last season, Paul finished 49th in the world in FPL in 18-19. And he did it by applying as well restricted rules on himself, the same as Sky, as a trial to see if it could work. He finished motherfucking 49th in the world. And Paul had been very supportive of us. We already knew each other on Twitter and stuff. So I said, look, come on, we'll talk about differences between Sky and FPL. And he was saying to us that the way I get like chip strategy and stuff like that, I'll do really well at Sky. So I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'm in. I've got to drag Suj with me for the banter, obviously. But yeah, I'd recommend that. If anybody wants to go back and listen to that pod, it will be a difficult find because there's been about 250 podcasts since, right? But at me or DM me on Twitter and I'll find that podcast for you. It's a really good listen because I went into it thinking that I wouldn't join the game, basically. Really, really good listen. You'll enjoy that. We did a pod with Dan Cox over the November international breaks as well. Dan Cox obviously does those streams on a Sunday night on Hub. I can see there's been a penalty. I'm going to keep you waiting for it. And he won it. He won the lot in 2017. 25 grand he won. Penalty is to Blackburn. Struggling to see the difference from the United appeal. Two guys squared the ball from the left and Veron makes a clumsy challenge on McAteer. Penalty awarded. Craig Hignett to step up. Surely he won't miss. Oh, dear. Benjamin, Ravel, Jensen, Gerrard and Powell all subbed before 60 minutes for me. Yeah, I got two of them. And would have been costing 3 pointers for each as well. So, yeah, it's fucking knocked 4 points off my total today. But I get the feeling at the moment I'm probably in a better position than most, oddly enough. We wait information on a potential equaliser for Blackburn against Manchester United. Gary Robinson saying, think he finished 48th, James. Correction. Goal scored, Craig Hignett. Assist goes to Jason McAteer. Blackburn on terms. Manchester United's clean sheet is gone. Craig Hignett, the scorer. Jason McAteer with the assist. Blackburn 1, Manchester United 1. At Ellen Road in the modern day championship, Leeds have just missed an extremely good chance to go 2-0 up against Fulham. Actually, your man's got a decent half little block on that to take it out for a corner. He has. He's saved a certain goal there, I think. Bradley Parker, Blanc clean sheet going now. This game week is a mess. Elusive man, I'm typing this just to jinx my 4 current clean sheets. Well jinxed. Joe says, first season of Sky after listening to your pre-season pods was learning as I was going at the start and somehow 170 odd at the moment. Owe a lot of that to your pod, mate. You owe a lot to yourself for making good decisions, mate. But there you go. Point in case. First season, 170th. 170th. The thing is, a lot of people set up teams and just forget about it and stuff. It's not 50 grand for the winner, man. What do you get off FPL? A fucking stress ball. Jesus Christ. You'll probably get a better prize for winning this competition. Optimus. Henri time. Come on. I told you, do you lot never learn? When you start begging for shit, it doesn't happen. FPL panic. Are Blackburn going to get their first draw of the season? Is that right? That's an amazing stat if true. Like that, FPL panic, if you pick that up. Blackburn not had a draw all season. Trying to think one off the top of my head. I can't think of one. That might be true. On the penalty, never in doubt. Rakuga went early and Hignett coolly slotted the ball into the opposite corner. We're all square. United respond by replacing substitute Luke Chadwick, who came off David Beckham, with Phil Neville. Adam Sands, first season in Sky, 162nd at the moment. Andrew Martin. Ooh, boom. Birmingham scored against Hull. Is that it? Anurag, interesting. Robin has come out of retirement to play next season with a club he began his career with. That is interesting. Rory, have West Ham had a clean sheet yet? Beat Liverpool haven't kept a clean sheet, I think, if I remember correctly. Carl says, Sky Bet have severely restricted me from betting. Wonder if they'll still pay out the 50k. Well, look. Goal for Leeds, 2-0. That's why Andy Martin's losing his shit. Goal scorer is Alioski. Listen, if you've got an account with them and you win that prize, which is free to enter, I don't see how they couldn't. But they'll probably pay you the 50 grand and say, yeah, get the fuck off this. Mark Dawney, only 14 goals this game week. Must be the lowest by far. Is that right? Bloody hell, it is as well, isn't it? Goal JB, got to play it and win it first, though. Yeah, very true. Cal, is there a way we can see the Champman league table on the site, or will it have to be one of the weekly vids? I can't answer that. That's one for the game makers, guys. But obviously, if you keep your eyes bottom right during this stream, the league table that you see that FPL Captain does is updated. It is a live league table. Might be a good thing to do. Here's Gary Smith. Hello. Light. Hello, Gary. Just so you know, Van Nistelrooy is not playing, mate. Take a screenshot while I'm talking and doing the bonus points at the end. Good shout, right? There you go. It's on screen now. Sunderland up to 9th, above Charlton as it stands. Would actually put them level on points with Spurs. Middlesbrough somehow, as it stands, are still second. Should they turn it around and win at Filbert Street, it'd only be a point behind Manchester United. My God, imagine if they hadn't been slipping up recently. Gary Robinson, have they announced when 2021 season starts yet, by the way? I tell you what is a really interesting thing to have a look at. We might do a bit of a pod on this. This has gone very unnoticed. I was looking at some UEFA dates for next season. And essentially, match day 6 of the Champions League in 2021 is still due for December. So UEFA believe they can get everything back on track by December. And what they're proposing is Champions League 1 week, Champions League next week or 2 weeks off. They're 2 weeks of Champions League. So on. I'll interrupt for a moment because the woodwork's been hit at Ewood Park. Will he ever score again? Gary Neville found a great cross, which was chested down by York. He struck the volley sweetly, but it cannons off the bar. Veron hits the follow-up, but Friedel smothers it. Incredible. And this is where there's a bit of thinking at the moment. It's going to be incredibly controversial, I think. One of the things I spoke about is next year to get football back on track, potentially scrap the League Cup. The thinking at the moment, and I think genuinely this will happen, is that the 7 teams that qualify for Europe will not go into the League Cup next year. I think that's genuinely what's going to happen. And the League Cup ties will be played the same midweeks as Champions League football. That's the plan to get it all back on track, I think. So the plan right now is to get football into its normal schedule before Christmas. It's a big ask. There's a lot of things need to happen for that. But at the moment, touch wood, it's beginning to look a possibility. Avitra is saying he wants Alioski in his FPL team starting next season. Gary Smith, what happened to Shitu then? Listen, next week, Gary. Next week, he's back. He's back. He's back. Storm Legacy. So, highly likely I found the episode on Sky. I mean, it's quite easy. Probably just got to search for me and search for at Sky Player and FPL and you'll probably find it. David Strong, what would happen if I play Sky on a VPN and win? Permanent ban. You wouldn't get the money. You wouldn't get the money. You could do that. You'd have to prove that you live at a British address, etc. There's no point really trying to fudge it. Gary Smith, oh my God, I ditched Biscan. Bad times. Ollie Blake, wish we could play 5 defenders and 5 attackers. Midfielders are shite. Petal, midfielders are the only players I have turn up. Talon Dean, Spurs might get a trophy then. Don't be stupid, mate. We're qualifying for Europe. We'll finish top 7. Genuinely, I mean, if we beat Sheffield United on Thursday, we'll finish above them. Update from the Valley. Ipswich have been the better side in the second half, but there's been some wasteful finishing by Marcus Stewart and Pablo. The latter has just been brilliantly denied by Kylie. Is that bench boost the one that's been played in for a big haul off of Dean Kylie? Rory, only 2 second half goals? Question. Joe, when I was in the UAE for 2 weeks, I had to use a VPN to make my transfers. I mean, yeah, if you're still registered under a British address, though, you'll be all right. It's not a problem. So, yeah, this is where I live. Spurs finally showing life. So, at Anfield, first, Ziga's header is denied by Dudek, and a couple of minutes later, Salakovic forces a good save from the Polish goalkeeper again. Liverpool just about scrambled the ball clear. Come on, you Spurs! Ian Davis, I play on a VPN, but not too likely to win. Yeah, but what if you do? Storm Legacy, clean sheets are all I have. And there's a number remaining. There are still 10 clean sheets with 20 minutes to go. This is not the Champman FPL we expected. In fact, there's only 2 teams that have scored more than once. And that's Leicester and Chelsea, who've got 4. Under 2.5 goals accumulator. That was the bet, guys. Who knew it was in this game rather than the Premier League? FPL Cobbler. Going to be interesting to see how they work out Europe when there's a World Cup slapped in the middle of November 2022. I mean, that's a different problem. They ain't worked out that problem yet. I need to work out this problem first. Rory saying gambling sites have software that can identify VPNs. Ooh, I can play legally. Apologies for those not in the UK. It's probably quite boring me talking about Sky. Barry Thomas Twig. There you go, Gary Smith. It's all about the Brewdogs, mate. Shit. The fucking Brewdog is just fucking slapped off his knee everywhere. Barry Thomas Twig. I play Sky in Norway. Use my dad's credit card. I will never win it, though. If I did, do you think my dad would get the money or not? Well, if it's registered under your dad's card, if it's registered under your dad, if your dad lives at a British address, yeah, you get the money. Just don't expect your dad to fucking give it to you. There's a goal for Middlesbrough in the Championship modern day. That's now 2-0 up against Stoke at the Britannia. Big result potentially that. Both teams struggling near the bottom of that league. Goal scorer was Marcus Tavernier. Birmingham actually on level terms now against Hull. Dan Crowley has got an equaliser following Gary Gardner consolation. Birmingham 2, Hull 2 in the Championship. I might as well tell you about them goals. We've got none here. An absolute sit has been missed at Pride Park. Velakri strikes a superb shot and Schmeichel rolls back the ears to make a fabulous save. Ravanelli is onto it 6 yards out, but somehow skews it wide. Rory saying, a Barry Thomas Trigg. For anyone who wins, they'll do a full check on what IPs you logged in from. All right, cool. FPL Cobbler, the Warnock effect. Oh dear, makes you sick, doesn't it? DMH, supporting Spurs and Hull has its ups and downs. That'll happen. I mean, supporting two teams is not generally acceptable in my world, but yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah, cool. At least they're not of the same quality. Before someone puts in the chat that Hull were a better team. Yeah, okay, let's put it in there. Storm Legacy, Mike Warren lacking match fitness and is on to hit 90 minutes. Not bad. Mike Warren is 100% fit, mate. The fact that he hasn't played for 6 months to computer game is not going to give a shit about that, mate. It's quiet, isn't it? What's going on here? Might go for another piss. It really is quiet. Rory, so what minute do we think we lose the Arsenal clean sheet to a non-Shearer Dyer goal? Better not be a Kieran Dyer goal. All right, predictions. Arsenal and Newcastle will finish 1-0. Charlton will score against Ipswich. Derby's 1-0 will hold. Leicester's 2-0 will hold. Spurs won't score at Liverpool. Fulham won't score at Sunderland. There will be a goal at Upton Park. So actually, I think quite a few of them might hold. Oh, blimey. Hold back in front, says Joe Jenkins. Just looking at that now. But before I do, Alan Boxic coming off at Filbert Street to be replaced by Nemeth. Another frustrating day for the Croatian. Yet again, the ball is in the net shortly after a substitution. Blimey. It's got to be Nemeth, isn't it? Oh, he's gone under the wall there for Hull. I recognise that face. Who is it? No, maybe I don't, in fairness. Andrew Martin, great subs from El Loco. Oh, I love that goal for Hull at St Andrews. Herbie Kane. Oh, wrong H Kane. The wrong H Kane has scored. But yeah, the ball's jumped. He's gone under it. It's buried. Goalkeeper's got no chance. It is Nemeth who scored for Borough as well. This game has some psycho fucking attitude. The assist goes to the postman. Alan Johnson has the assist. Nemeth goal. Alan Johnson with his assist. His first return since, I feel like saying 2001. I might well be right there, actually. Nemeth goal. Johnson assist. Leicester clean sheet wipeout. Borough back in it at Filbert Street. 2-1 to Leicester. Billy Hadaway, just give me one return today. Not too much to ask, is it? Billy, you telling me you got none of them clean sheets? None of them. I don't believe you. You got none of them clean sheets as it stands. Brian Yule's saying they're just keeping things quiet, so the Dwight York goal is more epic. Excuse me. Gary Shepherd, yes, an actual return. What you got, Nemeth? Goal at Anfield for Michael Owen. Assist for Vladimir Smica. Liverpool 2, Tottenham 0. Owen is back and with a goal. Owen goal, Vladimir Smica assist. Liverpool 2, Tottenham 0. Wanker. He's such a prick, that Michael Owen, by the way. He's the only autobiography I've ever read and I've liked someone less. He's so up his own fucking arse, it's untrue. Gary Smith's got Johnson. Woo! Rejoice. There's quite a few who've got Johnson. Well done for your patience. There you go. You're one assist in about 6 game weeks now. Congratulations. Interesting point there from Gary Robinson. I'm afraid the championship's getting binned momentarily. because we have Manchester United and Norwich team news in for the FA Cup encounter, which I believe is a 5:30 kickoff. It's on BBC, I think, isn't it? Optimus, I've got the tweets up. United team is Romero, Dalot, Bailly, Maguire, Shaw, McTominay, Fred, Mata, Bruno Fernandes, Lingard, Igalo, Rashford, Martial, Greenwood, Pogba, Matic, Pereira, Williams, Fosu Mensah, David De Gea, all on the bench. Not surprised at all by that United team, to be very honest with you. See if we can get the Norwich team lineup as well. Norwich are Krul, Aarons, Godfrey, Closer, Lewis, Teti, McLean, Rupp, Buendia, Cantwell, Pukki. Gary Robinson, let me tell you, you've put yourselves at risk. I obviously expect you to win. We all expect you to win. You've put yourselves at risk there. On the Nemeth goal, for the second time in the game, a substitute has had an immediate impact. It's a great team move that ends in Johnson crossing from the left for Nemeth to side foot home at the near post. Cam Middlesbrough find a leveller. And on the Michael Owen goal, jubilation at Anfield as the returning prodigal son. Yeah, all right, Rob. Next to second, Smeetser does great down the left hand side and finds a low cross. Owen doesn't seem to have lost his sharpness with a lovely first time finish past Keller. FPL RG Bargie's got Owen captain. Mark Dorney, no, I've not read Tony Adams' autobiography, but it doesn't overly surprise me either. Goal for Leeds at Ellen Road. Fuck me, has David Batty ever returned twice in the same game? He's got another assist, and the goal scorer will be equally as popular as the first one. I've already forgotten Johnson's first name again. Someone tell me. Goal scorer for Leeds is Harpal Singh. Leeds 2, Bolton Wanderers 1. Singh with a goal. Sing it loud. David Batty with the assist. Pablo Hernandez turned the game around. Leeds lead Fulham 3-0. I'll have to put all that shit back on now when I kind of give up on it. Andrew Martin. Leeds going up. Never in doubt, mate. Never in doubt. Genuinely. Never in doubt. I know you lost to Cardiff last week and you all shit yourselves. It's not in doubt. You'll win the title comfortably as well. On the Singh goal, it's a great goal from another Leeds youngster. Batty finds him on the edge of the area. Singh drops the shoulder to make space and curls it superbly into the top corner. Wait, we now have a penalty at Ellen Road. And Ian Hart is being ferried out of the stands like an American footballer. Who do we reckon to take a Leeds penalty? Smith? If they've got it. Who's the Bolton taker? Is it Cooper for Bolton? I'm not sure, actually. Peptal, no. Gary Shepherd seems to regularly notch a few points. Yeah, but he plays like once a month, mate. Brian Newell, I think that's Singh with 3 goals in 4 weeks. What a guy. Yeah, please go and buy him. Make my day. Go and buy him. Billy Hadaway, thank you. Simon Johnson. It's a forgettable name, isn't it? Simon, Gary, it's all the same. Goal, Upton Park. And you can forgive me for saying clean sheet wipeout because it's obvious. The goal scorer is Steve Lomas of West Ham United, assisted by Freddie Canute. Everton, clean sheet wipeout. Lomas goal, Canute assist. West Ham 1, Everton 0. Can they survive the drop? They only trail 17th by around about 46 points. Is the comeback on? Cole JB thinks Backer. Scala saying Radaby. Joe Jenkins saying please be Radaby. Avitravo saying Alan Smith please. Gary Smith is in. He says no heart question. I told you this guy. Write him like a fucking book. Gary Smith. You're my hero, mate. Penalty is to Leeds. You didn't even know that, by the way. Simon Johnson follows up after his shot is saved by Jaskalainen and is brought down by the goalkeeper, who is booked. With no Ian Hart, it is one of the players mentioned in the chat. It's Eric Bakker to take on the Lomas goal for West Ham. West Ham need a win. Have they found one? Joe Cole and Canute combine, and Canute's chip cross is met on the volley by Lomas. His shot is enough power to squirm through Paul Gerrard and in. Can West Ham see it out? Question. Probably not. Actually, against Everton, you fucking fancy them. Brian Yule. I've captained York many times. I'll definitely buy a sing with Beckham injured. Pep talk. Leeds only sing when they're winning. Sing when they're winning. They only sing when they're winning. Heavy Finger 7. Before any transfers for next season, where do you think Leeds would finish in the Premier League? Genuinely, about 14th. Eric Bakker has scored. Leeds 3. Bolton 1. Bakker goal. And Simon, Johnson has a goal and an assist. He's the Idaho Johnson that you needed, people. He's also the Alan Smith you needed. Gary Smith, I only joined 60 minutes in. Gary, I know that. But what you missed, mate, is that about 5-10 minutes before you joined in, I joked that you'd come on and say, like, where's such and such? I actually said Van Nistelrooy, but you saying Ian Hart was worth the same amount. Get yourself on Twitter, right, and have a look through the teams. Because you come on, you join the stream, and you don't know the teams. So you're chatting on players that ain't even playing half the time. Have a look on Twits. I know you're not much of a Twitter guy, but you've got an account. Go and have a look, mate. Fancy champ, man. Give him a follow while you're there. Yeah, go, Gary. Miss you, mate. Back of the net, says Cow. Petal. Bakker is back. Joe Jenkins, Bakker. Billy Hadaway, the puns are back. Retriever Aldi. Bakker is back. Bakker. Once you're back for good. Brad Lewandon. Shame Leeds won't have Ben White next season. Talking from a Brighton perspective there. And a lot of you won't even know what that conversation is all about, but you should do. Man is a very talented footballer. Cole JB. Gary needs to go back to the future. J Lanes 9. That Smith punt was woeful. Fuck my life. Take Idaho Johnson with him. Gary Smith. Half my team is missing. Upside down face. You're not alone, mate. Excuse me. Gary Smith. Bloody Twitter. FPL Renard 9. Get back to Twitter, Gary. Gary Shepherd. So that's Spice Girls and take that today then. Ha ha! West Ham, you shit bunch of wankers. Goal for Everton. Goal scorers Joe Max Moore, assisted by Alan Stubbs. West Ham 1, Everton 1. Max Moore the scorer. Alan Stubbs the assister. Fuck, mate. A pile of shite they are, mate. The most realistic thing in this game is West Ham United. Scala says, Sibon, Zola, Johnson, Sturridge, no need to spend money up front. That's right. That's right, Scala. Yeah. Everybody go cheap. Everybody go cheap. No Vidukas, no Shearers, no Henrys, no Van Nistelrooys. Henry. 5 minutes to go. What's he doing with his life? Blanks next game week. What's he doing? What's he doing? Update from Highbury. He's not incoming. There is one from Pride Park. Aston Villa have a penalty. Boateng has tripped Steve Stone as he broke into the area. No doubt for the referee it's a penalty. Stone dusts himself down and will take it himself. James Wade, man, listen, you beg for shit like caps and stuff. You don't get it. And I've got Phillips captain. It's not happening. This game week's dead. It's done. It's dusted. This game week's dead. Penalty to Villa. Steve Stone will take. There'll be no assister. Storm Legacy, I've got no idea when it's best to play chips. Haven't got my head around it yet. Individual circumstances. Fucking pray through these next few weeks. Listen, green arrows in this week and next week, whatever they are, be happy with them if you get them. FPL Archie Bargy wants Tevez brought on. I'm not quite sure why. Heavy Finger 7, was this the most useless game week or did we have another one? The mid-mun short short-term cancellation. Scored, Steve Stone. Derby's clean sheet is gone for new Poom Carbonari Lescott owners. Your clean sheet is gone. Derby 1, Aston Villa 1. Cole JB says, piss off Stone. Piss on the Stone. Gary Shepherd, you taking your trolling to another level today, Jay. I told you, mate. I'm fucking tired. I'm finishing this stream. I'm not joking. Fuck Norwich and Man Utd. I'm going to bed probably. And we'll tape it and watch it later though. But I'm so knackered. Pep talk, West Ham goal. Not sure I've ever heard Jeff Steading announce a goal like that, James. Unless it was against Hartlepool. Don't worry, West Ham will play them in a few years. Gary Smith, Steed will score. Big prediction. Talan Nadeem saying please score. He did. Cole JB, Blackburn losing. Slim chance for Swansea playoffs still. That's in the real modern world. That's really open. That playoff chase for 6th is fascinating. Harry Travo, let's go, clean sheet, gone, face palm. On the Stone goal, granite nerve from Stone, sending Poom the wrong way with ease. A late lever. Is there time for a winner? FPL Renard with 9, Charlton v Ipswich, probably on a par with the Leicester game the other day. I hope there's no fucking update from that place when I've got Rufus and Hariderson. That'll do me perfect. I'd have happily taken Jensen's 1-pointer if you'd have said, yeah, that'll finish 0-0. And as you probably heard there from Cole, Wigan have the lead against Blackburn in the Championship. Goal scorer is Lee Evans. 10 minutes to go there. Ashley Corner, I will subscribe for a shout out. There you go. You got your shout out. Press the fucking like button as well. And if you want to join Patreon, don't do it now. Do it on July the 1st. When you can jump on the Wednesday. The Patreon podcast on Monday and Tuesday won't be outdated. And in July, you get an additional 23 mudder trucking podcasts on Patreon, which at the £8 tier level works out the equivalent of 35p a podcast. Am I worth 35p of your time? Come join us Wednesday on Patreon. Heavyfinger 7, you're a champ, James. I feel horrible for taking an hour of your time yesterday with Trina. Nah, bruv, it was brilliant. It was such a good chat, man. And Cole, who's in the chat as well, I had a great chat with last week as well. A few of my patrons at advanced tiers, I do a call out with them. I'm going through the advanced tier patrons, and we have a one-on-one chat for half hour, 45 minutes. They're meant to be half hour. I can't keep them to half hour. I had to literally kick Heavyfinger 7 off yesterday to say, mate, I've got to record another podcast, and we'd be going for like 55 minutes. Hold that. We are heading into injury time, as you can see. Clock hits 90. It's not been one of the craziest game weeks, but there is time for a last gasp winning goal in one of the games. And there is, at Pride Park, Simo Valakri owners, if you went early, you've won. Derby County 2, Aston Villa 1, Valakri the goal scorer. There is no assister. Derby 2, Villa 1, Valakri the goal scorer. And by the sounds of it, that will likely end our game week with, astonishingly, 6 clean sheets intact. And I've got quite a bit of that. I have to say, I've got quite a bit of that. I've got Seaman, Cashley Cole, Hippier and Hariderson, and Sammy Hippier, who got an assist as well. I'm not sure if any of my defenders have conceded at all today. No, they haven't. So my back 5 are all on clean sheets as it stands. James Wade, Biscan third on my bench and decides to fucking score. James, my friend, I hate to break it to you, but he scored about an hour and 40 minutes ago. Derby snatched it at the death. Adam Murray got his head to a cross from Seth Johnson. Schmeichel stretched to save, but couldn't parry it to safety. It rolled agonisingly from his reach, allowing Valakri to finish from 2 yards. Pride Park erupts. Brian Yule, 1 clean sheet. That's it. James Wade, get in. Oh, yes, get the fuck in. Scala says Biscan, 3rd minute goal was the highlight. Yeah, it was for me as well, I think, mate. Aritrava, that's a rank killer. Tala, damn, that Carboni move hurts more now. FPL captain's getting ready to party. Gary Shepherd. Yes, Valakri. Mr. Captain. Turn and red, my man. We're done. Save points, bonus points to follow. We have finished 1-0 at Highbury between Arsenal and Newcastle. I wonder how many teams out there with Thierry Henry blank and Alan Shearer booked. Ooh. Manchester United have drawn at Blackburn Rovers. Craig Hignett's penalty cancelling out a goal for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Dwight York still has no attacking returns this season. Finished goalless at the Valley between Charlton and Ipswich. Gianfranco Zola, 3 attacking returns in Chelsea's 4-0 win over managerless Southampton, but nothing for the popular Ida Johnson this game week. Derby have won it late against Aston Villa, winning 2-1. Leeds have beaten Bolton 3-1. Eric Backer's late penalty sealing a 3-1 win with Simon Johnson and Harpal Singh getting the other 2 assists for David Batty in that game. Leicester have held on to beat Middlesbrough 2-1. Liverpool beating Spurs 2-0. Sunderland have beaten Fulham 1-0, assist by Phillips, goal by Subban. And West Ham scored late against Everton but couldn't hold on. It finished 1-1. Bonus points are in from Highbury. Top bonus goes to goal scorer Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, assisted by Robert Perez, who also has 2 bonus points. There are also 2 bonus points for Newcastle's Shay Gibbon and Andy O'Brien. Thierry Henry's rating was a 7 out of 10. Tony Adams went off injured on 31 minutes, replaced by Matthew Upson. Dennis Bergkamp replaced Francis Jeffers on 66 minutes. That fucking prick at centre-half got booked and provided you with no bonus points again. Complete waste of money. Get him out of your teams. 2 Newcastle players booked. Shearer, Besaidis. Few 5s in the Newcastle team. Elliott, Shearer and Besaidis, all with 5 out of 10 ratings. Newcastle made no changes in the match. Blackburn and Manchester United drew 1-1. Top bonus goes to David Wetherill. That's a lie, actually. It goes to Brad Friedel. Sorry. Correction. Brad Friedel. Friedel, Wetherill. It's all kind of the same, isn't it? Wetherill does get 2 bonus points. There's also 1 bonus point for Phil Neville, Ryan Giggs, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And Dwight York. Brad Friedel has 1 save point bonus as well. He's picked up a little bit of a haul here as Brad. His man of match rating was a 9 out of 10. David Wetherill also with a 9 out of 10. The only Blackburn player, really interestingly, to rate lower than a 7 out of 10 was goal scorer Craig Hignett. Blackburn had 2 players booked in the match, Wetherill and Jason McAteer. David Beckham was booked for Manchester United, replaced on 24 minutes. Injured by Luke Chadwick, who was replaced on 62 minutes by Phil Neville, who was also booked. Not much more to add on that one. Blackburn made no changes. Chadwick and Phil Neville substitutions were United's own. Top bonus at the Valley goes to Charlton centre-half Mark Fish. And there are 2 bonus points also for left-back Chris Powell and Ipswich forward Marcus Stewart, who sounded like he was in and around the chances. Oh, and there's 2 bonus points for Herman Hreidarson as well. No save points. 1 booking in the match. That was for Charlton's Luke Young. Charlton had replaced Klaus Janssen with John Robinson, fairly bizarrely, on 29 minutes. No indication of an injury. Gary McAllister was replaced by Graham Stewart on 74. Ipswich's changes were Nichols for Jermaine Wright on 61. And Gardso was replaced by Jim Magilton on 86 minutes. To Stamford Bridge. And unsurprisingly, top bonus goes to Gianfranco Zola, who has absolutely hauled here. 2 bonus points for Mario Stanic and Budovine Zenden. Chelsea Zola received a 10 out of 10 man of match rating. The other 2 boys with a 9 out of 10. That's your bonus. Good Johnson went off injured on 48 minutes with a 6 out of 10 rating, replaced by Jesper Gronkia. Joe Keenan had replaced Jody Morris on 24 minutes and scored. Shortly afterwards, Southampton's 2 changes were both on 64 minutes, replacing the booked Anders Svensson and Dan Petrescu with Joe Tessam and Joe Beattie. Next! It's fun, isn't it? Okay, it's just fun. It's just we're all having a good fucking time here. Top bonus at Pride Park goes to Derby County's Steve Elliott. There are 2 bonus points for Jolyon Lescott and 1 for late goal scoring hero Simo Valakri. 1 bonus point also for both keepers Poom and Schmeichel. Interestingly, Ravanelli picked out a 5 out of 10 rating for Derby County. Elliott's man of match rating was a 9 out of 10, so too Lescott. Valakri, the only other player to rate higher than 7. Villa were 7s across the board, bar strangely again, goal scorer Steve Stone, who got a 6. Fucking correlations in this game sometimes are weird. Only substitutions in the match were Boateng for Daryl Powell on 56 minutes. Boateng was then replaced by Danny Higginbottom with 2 minutes to go. Villa replaced David Ginola, scorer of the amazing FA Cup quarter-final goal in 1999 against Rob Pick's mudder truck in Barnsley, with Hassan Kashlour. Top bonus at Ellen Road goes to David Batty. And there are 2 bonus points for Rio Ferdinand and Dominic Matteo. Only booking in the game was Jussi Jaskalainen, booked for his role in Leeds' late penalty. Leeds replaced Olivier Dacour with Harpal Singh on 49 minutes. And Rio Ferdinand was replaced by Jonathan Woodgate in injury time. Bolton used Diawara and Warhurst for Southall and Franson respectively after the hour mark. Batty's man of match rating was a 10. Matteo and Ferdinand both on 9s. We await news from Filbert Street, which is in. Unsurprisingly, top bonus goes to Leicester City's Dean Sturridge. There are 2 bonus points for 3 other Leicester defensive assets. The Jerry Ferry, Jerry Taggart, Matt Heath, and Damien Delaney, who played out of position in midfield. There's also bonus points for Matthew Jones, who came on and scored with his first touch. 1 Middlesbrough player received a 2-point bonus. Flash. Dean Gordon has 2 bonus points. 1 save point in the match goes to Ian Walker. 2 yellow cards in the game for Hamilton Ricard and Jonathan Greening of Middlesbrough. Borough had replaced Dean Windass bizarrely with Noel Whelan on 16 minutes. They also used Bernhardt to replace Paul Ince on 55. Boxic replaced by goalscorer Nemeth on 74. Jones had come on for the injured Muzzy Izzet on 23 minutes, scored immediately afterwards. And Andy Impey replaced Frank Sinclair on 43 minutes. Top bonus at Anfield goes to, and this has turned into a nice little 12-point haul, for Sammy Hippier. There are 2 bonus points for 7 other Liverpool players. Jamie Carragher, Stefan Hencho, Igor Biscan, Jamie Redknapp, Emil Heskey, Vladimir Smitsa, and Michael Owen. 1 save point bonus, interestingly also though, for Jerzy Dudek. There were no bookings in the match. Liverpool replaced Gerrard with Smitsa on 52, replaced Alan Navarro with Danny Murphy on 58, and Yari Lippmann replaced Patrick Berger for the final 13 minutes. Spurs used Ben Fasher to replace the great Ledley King on 64 minutes, and Stefan Everson was replaced by Chris Armstrong on 77 minutes. I can do the analysis of Luke on the Champ Man stream. What's today? Saturday. Tomorrow night for you now, because Stefan Everson was replaced with a 4 out of 10 rating, presumably been completely dominated by Sammy Hippier's 9 out of 10 rating. There's a few other bad raters here for Spurs. Richard Johnson, Ledley King, Christian Ziege also 5 out of 10s. In fact, only Keller, Anderton and Perry were more than a 6. To the Stadium of Light, top bonus goes to Alan Gomar of Fulham. Genuinely, no joke. There are 2 bonus points for Fulham keeper Steve Crowdson, who's come in and done not too bad for himself. A nice little 4-pointer. There are also 2 bonus points for Jody Craddock and Gerald Sibon. And Kevin Phillips. 1 yellow card in the match for Fulham substitute Sylvan Legwinski, who replaced the injured Andreas Stolzer on 20 minutes. That was Fulham's sole change. Sunderland's sole change was Paul Mayo for George McCartney on 74 minutes. And finally, to Upton Park, where West Ham season is in the dark. Top bonus goes to rare starter Everton's Peter Clark, who played at centre-half in a back 3 today. There are also 2 bonus points for Joe Cole. Alistair Asher, who was used as a 55th minute substitute to replace Ian Breckin. 2 bonus points also for Everton's Steve Watson, Gary Naismith and Alan Stubbs. 1 save point each for David James and Paul Gerrard. 1 booking in the match was for Everton's Steve Watson. Asher, as I said, replaced Breckin on 55. Christian Daly replaced Ragnvald Soma on 63. To all you Ragnvald Soma owners out there, lock in your clean sheet. You've got it. Congratulations. And Everton's changes were Stephen Schumacher for David Unsworth on 76. And substitute Joe Max Moore replaced Thomas Wazinski on 82 minutes and equalised for Everton 3 minutes later. Not the first substitute to score in this game week, to put it mildly. The sim is on fucking drugs. I think that's just about it, basically. Let's take you very briefly through league table. United maintain now a 4-point lead over Middlesbrough. Arsenal have reduced that gap to Manchester United now to only 5 points. You could argue Leeds are 10 points off Manchester United with a game in hand. Are they out of it? Liverpool now up to 5th on 44 points. Blackburn are 6th on 40 points. Ipswich, Tottenham, Sunderland, Charlton make up the top half. Newcastle up to 12th, just below Everton now on 31 points. Derby are also on 31 points. Chelsea up to 14th on 30, same as Leicester. Villa on 29 points. Bolton on 28 points. Fulham in the bottom 3 on 27 points. 8 points ahead of Southampton on 19 points. And a further 11 points ahead of West Ham, who are on 16 points and are 12 points from safety. For the official account, who's tweeting and saying thank you to Planet FPL Pod. That is I and our graphics expert, FPL Captain. Many, many thanks. Join FF Scout _Luke, an FPL tactician in the usual Sunday night slot. Thank you very much. A pleasure. On a personal, genuinely, part what I said on Patreon earlier. I would love you to join us from Wednesday. Don't do it now. Do it on Wednesday. It's the 1st of the month. Suj and I have looked at ways that we could pause for new sign-ups to do it now. Unfortunately, there just isn't a way. So if you do it now, you'll get charged now and you'll get on the 1st of July. We have 3 tiers, £3, £8, £14. 3 is the bands. Come and join the Slack channel where you might get ITK on Team News. £8 gets you every podcast that we will do on Patreon in July. It's 23 extra podcasts. Works out around about 35p per podcast. If you think we're worth it, come on over. And at £14, you get extras from me, including articles, one-on-one conversations, merchandise stuff that we're in talks over trying to sort out now, and plenty of extras. Guys, thank you very much for your support. That was quite a low-key chat, man, FPL game week. But you know what? I enjoyed it. Thanks very much for joining us. Drop the vid and a like on your way out. I'm off to fucking bed. Love you all. Ciao for now.